A huge shout out to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's podcast. All right, guys. So y'all know that I am extremely busy, always on the go. And Magic Mind is actually a company that has been getting a lot of buzz. I believe even Joe Rogan said something about it on his podcast.
A new one that they sent me called Magic Mind, and it's nootropics along with lion's mane and a bunch of functional mushrooms, and I like that one too.
So the company Magic Mind actually reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's check them out. So I looked at a few of the reviews and everything online.
My first day on Magic Mind, I definitely noticed a big difference right off the bat. I noticed all the way throughout the day feeling much sharper, clear in the head, and ready to rock.
That's probably the most valuable thing. As a knowledge worker, as someone who's working in front of the computer all day, you need that time where you're focused. And Magic Mind is a thing that really seemed to work for me.
So between some of the reviews that I've seen online, which was actually all positive, a lot of positive reviews online from their website, and also seen a few different reviews on YouTube. And the story was actually pretty interesting. So about a decade ago, James was on a stretcher because James was running a company. So, with that, a lot of stress. He was drinking a lot of caffeine. And turns out his heart had been beating at 175 beats for the last 3 weeks. Didn't even know it. So he was basically diagnosed with a heart condition because of all of that stress and that caffeine. At the time, he didn't have any other solutions, so he actually came up with one. So a few years ago, James actually came up with Magic Mind. This is supposed to be a natural way to help you out with a lot of those things that we struggle with throughout the day. So when it comes to Magic Mind, it's supposed to have a lot of those natural ingredients. So it has a lot of things that's going to help with focus, things that's going to help with energy. And a lot of us honestly need that throughout the day. And you also use Magic Mind for less stress throughout the day. So after reading those reviews and hearing and listening to his story, I messaged Magic Mind back and I was like, you know what? Send me some over. I'm curious. They end up sending some stuff over and I tried it out for the first day. And this is how that went. All right, guys, the time now is about 5:53 p.m. I get up early in the morning, man, so I'm a little bit on the drain side. And I have a podcast that I'm going to be doing at 11 tonight. Now, I don't want to take any naps because I still have a lot of work that I need to get done. So what we're going to do is we are going to try Magic Mind for the first time. All right. So I don't know if you're supposed to shake these things, but I'm going to shake it up and then we're going to try it. First time trying Magic Mind. All right. I'm going to give a little bit of time for it to kick in before 11. So we'll see. Woo. Woo. Man, that's a strong taste. Good grief. Whoa. Okay. All right. To be honest with you, it was strong like while I was tasting, but I believe that's something that I can probably get used to. I believe that's something I can actually get used to. Man, I don't know if it was the taste or what, but I do feel a lot more alert. And I'm telling you, that thing will wake you up. The taste, it will wake you up. So for you to see all of the real benefits and stuff from Magic Mind, they recommend that you use it at least for 5 days before you really get a feel for how well that thing works. I haven't made it to that point just yet. I'm only a day in, but I will give you guys an update a little bit later on to let you know how this journey has been for me. But there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to go and check out Magic Mind. Once you guys do order, y'all, please tap in, comment down, and let us know how Magic Mind worked for you. All right? Until the next time, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, butternup. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm trying to work, she hit my phone, she wanna. Whoa, too bad was you know they roll.
There we go. All right, now we in the game. What's good?
Hello.
Hey, I was patiently waiting in backstage or whatnot, just cruising and chilling. Hey,
Hmm.
it's kind of cold out here today. I honestly wasn't expecting for it to be raining out here today.
Me either. I thought I was gonna wake up this morning with some bright sun and go wash clothes.
Mm.
But that didn't happen. So, and then I checked and I think tomorrow it's supposed to be raining too, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see.
Hopefully these last couple of days of the year is gonna it's gonna be a little bit warmer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Christmas done passed. I'm like this. Like I think most people be kind of wanting like a white Christmas or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of snow, just a little bit of sprinkle, and then it can go away right after that. Go from whatever temperature it needs to be in order for it to be at least I'll say like 1 or 2 inches of snow. And then the very next day, I ain't even gonna say the very next day, the afternoon, all of that stuff can dry up and it can get back to being like 70 something degrees. I'm cool with that. Like I
Not
feel
that.
like that'll be like perfect. If we can just get that, just wake up to the snow. And then by the time it's time to go outside and make your rounds, go see your people, pick up gifts and stuff like that, the sun, I mean the roads and stuff will be clear. Dang, that sounds good. Diggity dog, boy. If I can have things my way. How was the holiday? Because we haven't been on here since Christmas.
Oh, it was a good holiday. We well, like the actual day or
I guess holidays. Like what all been doing around the holidays? Not just the holiday, but around the holidays. I guess.
oh, well, been secretly getting gifts. That was kind of funny. Look, Christmas gathering party. I don't know. Depends on who you're talking to. If it's a gathering for folks or if it's a party for another. But that was fun. Played games, had some food. Watched partial of a movie. Um, but it was all good. Um, met some new people, and of course, that this is kind of more like leading up to Christmas. If y'all people out there celebrate Christmas, and then the day of course, you have opening the gifts, and I went up to my sister, and Junior got a chance to play with his cousins. We watched. We watched a movie that was related to a book that we read. Finally, it was pretty. It was pretty good. It was
As good as the book was it? Would you say it was as good as the book, or?
I would say it. Yeah, I would actually say it was as good as the book, and it intensified like what we read. Like it not intensified, but almost verified what we read. Like nothing really seemed too off. Like character wise. Well, we'll say that we thought that some of the characters or actresses was going to be prettier than what they were.
Whoa. Good
Well,
grief. Catching phase out here, ain't they? Catching
just saying.
phase.
But like it really lived up to the book. Now, granted, we read the book probably I guess you can say last year. So our memory was a little bit foggy, but it, like the main part still seemed like it stuck true to the book and not changing it too much. Yeah, I want to say it really stuck true to the book. I can't really say that it didn't, to be honest with you.
What's up?
Yeah. Well, even though we were sitting there like, I wonder why they chose to do this one and not Verity. Which was a pretty good story by the same author.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. And then we started watching Carry On. Yeah, I've been seeing it a little bit on, well, people talk about it a little bit on TikTok and stuff. But yeah, like we watched the movie. Yeah, just talk about not really talked about, well, we talked about the movie while I was watching the movie.
Oh Lord.
Chance to see my brother.
Okay.
I did get a chance to talk to my mom real quick. Text some of the other folks. And,
Other folks.
well, like other siblings and stuff like that. Yeah, it was pretty, it was a pretty good holiday.
That's good.
Pretty good holiday.
Sounds pretty complete.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it do. That's what it do. All right. I ain't mad at it, man. So
Holiday.
you say what?
How about yours?
So every day is always a blessing, man. I don't have bad days. I don't even know. Every day to me is always gonna be a 10, man. So it's kind of hard to to put something over the other thing. I'm really, really big on the little things. Just being able to be around laughter, people laughing, smiling, cheering. Like gifts are cool. Don't get me wrong. Like gifts are cool, but I don't think anything is really gonna I don't know, like satisfy or make me feel better than just seeing people be around people they love, uh, meeting new people having fun, eating some good food, you know what I'm saying? Cutting up, everybody pretty much just being kids, man. Everybody just basically just being in their element or whatnot. So yeah, it was a blessing, man. It was definitely a blessing. Be able to reach out and talk and check on everybody, the people that I didn't get a chance to see on the holiday. Because mostly everybody I had already seen before the holiday when I went down to Rock Hill the last time. I got a chance to, spend time with, chop it up with moms, pops, brothers, sisters. They be out here moving and shaking or whatnot. It's kind of hard to get in touch with them, but still, yeah, man. All in all, another blessing, man. Another blessing. Another day. Another day to be thankful. That's just how I look at that thing.
True that. Yeah, that's actually how me and my play sister was talking about it too one day. But it was just like I was almost like not in the mood, like in the spirit. She was like, "Well, what happened to you just using it as another day to see your family and stuff like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, that's typically what I'm always reaching for, but people, I guess, it sometimes it feels like the holiday just sneak up on you and you don't really have things planned out." And I was just kind of Like I would have loved to see, my family in person and stuff like that. So that's part of the part that I was kind of bummed out about. But just reaching out, having that day or a holiday or whatever, just having that day as another designated day to reach out and check on everybody. It's just like the reason for it. You don't have to, worry about the gifts and stuff like that, the propaganda behind the holiday and stuff. Just kind of look at it as just, another, reason to reach out kind of thing. Because, some people don't get a chance to, at least say hey to their folks on the regular. So that's all I was saying. That's kind of what she was trying to remind me about, and I was just like, yeah, you're right and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. I mean, I think, and anytime I think about certain things or whatever, like, and I don't encourage anybody to think this way. Please do not. But almost like worst case scenario or whatever, you know what I mean? Or people that are, like you were saying, less fortunate that would love that opportunity to just hear somebody's voice. We're not always blessed to be able to go and see folks. You know what I mean? You got people out there struggling where they might even not even have the gas money to get down there or whatever. You know what I mean? People may be working or love to be spending time with their family, but unfortunately, if they do spend time with their family or their relatives, they can get put out, the lights can get cut off or whatever. And, like, man, no, I ain't gonna say it's worst case scenario, but y'all know I grew up in the hood, man. So I've seen a lot of things, man. It's unfortunate or whatnot. So, but yeah, no, I feel you. I definitely feel you on that. Kind of looking at things from a different perspective. But all in all, man, great holidays. I hope everybody got the opportunity to enjoy themselves, man. Always look at the glass half. What is it? What is the best way? Is it half empty or half full? Half full, right?
Cool.
Half full. Yeah, look at it. Look at it. Half full, man.
Yeah.
Basically, just glass is half full. Be thankful for the things that you do have, the people that you either are around, or the people that you can't get in contact with, you can't speak to, whether it's hearing their voice or just through text message and them responding back or whatnot. Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. I know we got another one coming up, which is New Year's Eve, whatnot. A lot of people gonna be out here drinking. Y'all, please be careful, please. If you're gonna drink, please have somebody to drive you, or stay at that person's house. Don't be out here, drinking and I can make it. Now I know my car, but I know my body. We good. Don't be one of those people, man. Because I promise you, the police is out. Like, they already setting up everything, getting ready. Y'all know they trying to get them bonuses, man, and also trying to keep you safe as well. Probably more on the line of trying to get that bonus, but hey, it is what it is. All I got is FOMO. I get FOMO, dog. I get that bonus. Let's go. So let this doggone just be a little word to the wise, man. Y'all make sure, listen, it's okay for you to have fun, but still be responsible. Everybody listen to this podcast. We're grown adults, so y'all make sure, that you take care of yourselves, not just for yourself, but also your family. You got people out there that love and care about you, and they don't want you out here doing none of that reckless mess. And we don't either. If you don't have those people, that just listen. We don't want y'all to be out here, living reckless. You got any plans before we get into it? You got any plans for the New Year's or whatnot? How you plan on bringing that thing?
Um, well, I really haven't thought about it. For real. I mean, I just know that for a while that I've been in a transitional period, and so it's always still growing, progressing, changes. So I haven't really done like a resolution thing in a while, I guess.
No, not resolution. I mean, like, how do you plan on bringing in the new year? Like, what do you plan on doing on New Year's Eve? I guess New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Oh, um, well, with family and friends,
Okay.
just something nice, chill, nothing too crazy, just having fun, and on a positive vibe, on a positive note. Um, yeah, nothing wild. I'm not doing none of that drinking and stuff. Like, I don't, I don't. I just want to be around good, wholesome folks, having a good time. You know. Um, what about you?
Well, before I even get to that point, I got a lot of stuff that I got to even knock out before we even get to New Year's Day. So honestly, it's just been all out, just focused on trying to knock that out. I'm actually so thankful and so glad. Yes, this is the last official podcast of season 2 of 2024. Looking forward to a new season, but I also been looking forward to getting this, coming to this day and knocking this thing out so I can really zero in and just focus on just getting out all of that content that's been on my phone, that's been on the tablets, on my computer, just knocking all of that stuff out before 2024. Like that's literally the only thing I've been able to really just focus on these last few days or whatnot. But I did want to get into basically just discussing. I know you about 2 steps ahead. I wanted to talk about New Year's goals and resolutions. So I would love for us to go through like 2 small goals and then one overall like big goal for next year, like a major goal or whatnot. Yeah, so two small goals. They ain't gotta be, too big, nothing crazy. Something that you can pretty much probably get done in maybe the first half.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or just, switching up and changing some things or whatnot. And then, that overall big goal at the end of it all.
Um, I might need to look into my reading book, my reading log, because we used to do that. It was more like gratitudes. We'll have like gratitudes and then goals. Like, but off the top, just let's see. Just right now, hmm, small goals, 2 small goals. I would say better organizing and functioning my place of residence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if this next one would be a big one or technically a small one, but like, no, that's not a good one. Dang, y'all go.
It's all right. It's okay. It's just It's, it definitely it's something that you want to ask yourself, and it's gonna take time. Like anything that's that's real, that's serious or whatever, you want to kind of sit down, take a second, think about that, and then most importantly, because we all could easily spit out some things that we want to change. The next thing that I always encourage people to do is after you come up with those two small goals, that one big goal, the most important thing is figure out how do I plan on achieving those goals or that goal. Because a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people say, hey, I want to be 180 pounds. Okay, what does that look like? What are you going to have to do in order for you to reach that goal? It's the hardest part, but honestly, it makes life a lot easier when you put that thing in front of you and you look at it, you're like, oh, okay. All right, so I'll start making sure that I'm, walking every day on the treadmill for, 2, 3 miles or whatever. Okay, all right, we can try that. And like I was speaking to somebody today, man, it's important that you keep up with stuff like this because that's how you get the results that you want when you look at, the data and statistics or whatever. Okay, I know when I was walking, 3 miles or whatever in the first 10 days, it looked like I was, maybe burning a little bit more fat. And it looked like my body started to get used to this a little bit later on. So maybe I need to switch it up. Maybe I need to change it up, every 10 days or whatever. But it's important again that you keep track of those things and you set little small goals and continue to just like analyze and see how can I keep changing it up because our bodies they get used to things really, really quick. I know my body do. It's kind of aggravating to be honest with you. It don't take no I mean like the next week. Like no man, like but yeah. So what did you say? So you had your first two goals, or you had one of your goals, right?
Mhm. Um, yes.
All right. So can you think of a bigger, like a big goal or whatever? Like I guess one of the biggest achievements that you want to do, or you want to achieve next year.
Mm. See, that's one of those things to think about.
I'll sit down and think about.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what, we can revisit that thing either later on in the podcast if it comes to you or whatnot. But yeah,
Mhm.
I would say for myself the two small goals that that I want to achieve. Let me see. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie, I feel like those things they change so much because as soon as I think about something, I be wanting to attack it right then and there. I'm not one of the people that's,
Yeah.
hey, I wanna do this. Well, what's stopping me from going ahead and knocking this thing out right now? I mean, you can go ahead and knock it out, but I'm just, it'll be we can at least put it on a sheet of paper or something so you can give yourself a little check mark. I think that'll be cool.
Mhm.
But I think one of the small things is I want to have at least 5 dishes up under my plate or whatnot. Like I ought to be able to do 5 dishes. Like macaroni and cheese has to be one of those things. I'm
Oh.
gonna send this thing to my mom because I need for her to hit us. Like you gonna have to you gonna have to come up off that recipe, lady. Good grief. Yeah, burger, man. Like I need that macaroni and cheese recipe. Mom's make some man. Listen, I don't know what she be putting in that stuff, man. But yeah, she need to teach me. I don't want to learn. No offense, but I don't want to learn from any of my other relatives or whatnot. Even though they make some good food too, but yeah, I prefer to learn from moms. I need to know what's the secret sauce, man. KFC, you got what them spices is. What them spices is you be putting in that thing. Um, Yeah, so that's one of the things. I think a lot of stuff is gonna be tied into me learning different things. The other thing would be me being a pro at Microsoft Excel. Like I've already started working with Microsoft or whatnot, and having a little bit of help here and there. But I want to be like a master at that thing when it comes to Excel, graphs, everything, man. I think that's going to be a huge benefit towards me, my business, and moving forward. And also like invoices too. Remembering to do them dang on invoices. I can't stand invoices, even though they're so easy. But yeah. Um, and last but not least, man, the last overall goal was gonna sound kind of crazy, but I want to be better in fitness.
Oh,
I know it sounds weird, but when I think about being healthy, I think everything has like its own arm, like an octopus or whatever. Like when it comes to lifting weights, running, you know, I feel like I ain't gonna say I got it down packed, but I'm pretty decent at it. Y'all know I'm always gonna look at myself as I can improve, but
mhm.
yeah, I definitely want to improve with the eating habits, learning more dishes or whatnot, figuring out what I can eat, what I should eat to hopefully have more energy throughout the day, and also be able to figure out a way to be able to like duplicate that process and share it to other people
Mhm.
because I know and I understand a lot of people, they aren't me, even though I would love for everybody to be like me, but and have my type of mindset. I do understand and I do know that everybody is not like me, but through the right diet, the right exercise, and patience, I just want everybody to understand that you can get to that point. Like it's possible. But yeah, those would be my 3/4, maybe even 5 goals for next year.
Okay.
Yeah, not too crazy, not too crazy. But mostly everything is tied into learning though.
And I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I've al- yeah, I've always kind of, I would say, consider myself, even if it's like just like I guess I used to do arts and crafts, but even just that, just like learning how to um just learning how to do little stuff around the house, paint, put things together, um, build things together, or find the right pieces. That was like always something to learn to do or get better at doing. Like it was to the point where my sister was like, "Well, you should make it like a side hustle." And I'm just like, "Well, I don't know, you know." Um, but I've always looked at myself as like, just even if it's like little stuff like that, you still have to learn to do it if you want to be able to do it, or just learn to do it if you've at least thought about doing it at one point in time. And that this thought right here makes me bring up, I wanted to be a lawyer at one point in my life, and I was just like, well, even just learning like the paralegal side, or basically like a legal secretary, at least going through that program, because there's programs out there where I could get into, or just, I don't know, like learning, just learning, I don't know, like you was saying, Microsoft, yeah, like technology is everywhere, you know, Microsoft Excel, just learning how to use a camera, even that, like just things, like just always having an open mind to like take in knowledge, even if you don't use it. Like I always like watching like this YouTube channel called BMA. Shout out to them. And they kind of like, discuss fun facts about things. Like even just like I said, fun facts like water bottles and what the cap is for and stuff like that. It's like little silly stuff, but just always taking in some sort of form of education, doing your research if you really want to do the research about it. Some of that stuff you could go down a rabbit hole with, but I've always wanted to like I've always remembered what is the Matrix quote when it was like a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Yeah.
So just, don't want to be stagnant all the time. And okay, I'm talking too much.
No, you good? I was actually curious about that little bottle. Talking about the top of the bottle is for what?
Well, I think it's not the water bottle, but it's the Gatorade bottle. Like the bottom of it is where you put the top. So like it's supposed to stick under there so you won't lose your top.
I tell you, but you learn something new every dang on day. What? How many Gatorade bottles I done had over the years, man? You say you put it at the bottom.
Yeah, like and then like logos and what they stand for and what they represent. The main one I kind of remember. I don't know if that was just recently, but like the Honda, is it Honda? A Hyundai.
Man, they be showing. I'm just gonna call it Honda. You know, that's what we grew up on.
Yeah. So their symbol, like their logo, is supposed to represent two people shaking hands to like
Wow.
confirm an agreement and stuff like that. And you do hear about Coca-Cola and their formulas being different and being able to, this is a dark one, but well, I don't know if that's like a fun fact. That just happened. Like Coca-Cola is not good for you anyway. But anyway, I'm gonna just leave it at that because I don't want to spoil, our Coca-Cola drinkers. But
Yeah, drop that down in the chat. In our little group chat. I'm curious. I'm on. I be over here trying to figure out. Wait, what's going on? What's going on with old Coca-Cola, man? So, guys, today's topic, we're going to go ahead and jump into it, man. Today's topic is going to be about, now we're going to do like a little flashback of what's been going on throughout the entire year. But the main title of this podcast today is, Are You Ready for What You Are Asking For? Well, that thing sound like a little sermon on it, boy. Good crazy. Let me get up on the pulpit real quick. Boy, I wish I had my church shoes on. I'd be out here tap dancing, boy. Watch out, then. But yeah, are you ready for what you've been asking for? Great question, great segment. But I wanted to start out because I'm gonna tell you guys right now. We're gonna drop a video a little bit later on, but I wanted to really just go through the entire year kind of quickly. We're gonna start off with the Cat Williams interview. Man, good grief. Have you got a chance to finally sit down and listen to the Cat Williams interview? Lord. We're going to turn off that BMA sometime now. Come on, good Google it. The most viral video, well, I ain't gonna say the most viral interview of all time took place this year, January 2024. And I'm gonna need for you to sit down and watch it before the year's over. Like, I'm gonna need for you to start that thing today. Even if you got to do about 10, 15 minutes here and there while you're cleaning, washing dishes, kick back, relaxing or whatnot, because it's entertaining. Like, I don't want to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, it's just a lot of, kind of like going back and forth or whatever. The majority of those 3 hours is like it's like a stand-up. It's gonna have you rolling. Because Shannon Sharp is already a character within himself. Like that dude, he's an entertainer. And then you mix him with Cat Williams on top of drinks, that chair that everybody say, hey, I don't know what the hell that chair do to you. Just make you feel a little bit too comfortable. You start telling the truth. But that, like, it was like the perfect combination. And Shannon Sharp just let him just go, man. Just let him just flow, get it all out. Well, according to him, he didn't even get it all out. That was just the tip of the iceberg. So before part 2 get up out of here, I'm gonna need for you to sit down and watch that thing. How much of the interview have you seen? I'm pretty sure you've seen clips here and there.
Uh,
Hmm. Oh, gee.
I can't recall. Probably not. I don't know.
Man, I'm just looking at that text. Oh Lord. Ooh. Oh, good grief. But yeah. So did you not get a chance to see one of my most viral videos on Katie's Empire?
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness. Boy, I tell you what. Boy, I tell you, boy. What they say, your biggest supporters are gonna come from people that don't even know you, boy. But no, man. Yeah, that Cat Williams interview was dope, guys. If you haven't had the opportunity to see that thing just yet, make sure you go check it out because that, honestly, I ain't even gonna say it set, Hollywood on fire. That thing, it caught everybody off guard. It put everybody on notice, and people were like, "Yo, bro, nobody's safe." And one of the things that Cat Williams said is all of these, I think he said Big D Deviants or something he had said, is going to be catching heck all 2024. Starting with the doggone comedians, man. Come to find out, I mean, allegedly, Cedric out here, stealing jokes. Steve Harvey out here feeling some type of way to the point that he was, again, allegedly trying to go behind Max back and steal his job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of the I don't know if it was Ocean's 11 or whatever the name of that video was or movie was. Allegedly tried to steal that. Ricky Smiley was hating because Ricky Smiley thought that he was supposed to be the pimp or something of the on
Mm-hmm.
Friday After Next because that's where a lot of smoke was coming from with that too. So it's like, yo, this is crazy. Then he even said something about Diddy and kept kind of like doing his eye, like, hey, we can get into it, but but yeah, after that happened, it seemed like everybody started going down. Everybody that he was talking about, even Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was catching strays. When I tell you, everybody that was relevant was slowly becoming irrelevant, and all the people that haven't been talked about in years, they started. I want to say they got started getting up there doing specials and stuff like that, man. So shout out to Cat Williams. He looked out for a lot of people. Again, some people took some phase or whatnot, but he looked out for a lot of people, man. Even Earthquake kind of caught a stray, but he started doing like interviews and stuff. People started wanting to interview him, and honestly, I haven't heard from Earthquake in a while, so it was good. It was good to, see and hear from him, man. Some really really talented brothers. Only thing he said about Earthquake was something about he couldn't read or something like that, but
Oh.
because Earthquake, he's like, Earthquake supposedly was supposed to get a show or something like that, but it was like, he would have got it, but I mean, he can't read. He can't read. You put a script in front of him, he just can't read or whatever. Man, listen. Hey, still making money at the end of the day. It don't matter, brother. You got to embrace that, man. 'Cause they said the same thing about Floyd. Still making bread, man. That ain't gonna stop you from making bread. Who Jess Hilarious? She up there now. She still be struggling with some stuff, but hey, still getting the bag. You still getting the bag, man. Use that money that you're making, you know what I'm saying, to continue to educate yourself, man, and continue to level up. What they say, man, all publicity is good publicity if you know how to spin it.
Mm-hmm.
And with you being a comedian, like that should be no issue with you. Like you laugh it off, man, make jokes about it. You know what I'm saying? Marlon also said something about the little Cat Williams interview. What's the other guy's name, man? Medea. What's that dude's name? What is his name? I never got his
Tyler
real
Perry.
name. Yeah, Tyler Perry. You know, he was talking about men wearing dresses. Man, bro, it was crazy, man. Like to watch that interview and see how everybody started to unfold, and it was crazy. It was beautiful, man. It was absolutely. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the heck out of it. And then shortly after that, we had some issues with Cassidy and Diddy. That stuff finally came out
Mm-hmm.
about him running down a damn hallway with a towel on, balls, everything. Like, come on, bro. You couldn't even throw some drawers on. That boy came out there with I think he had on flop. How you running flip flops? Like,
Mm-hmm.
man, listen, man. These people are crazy. But you did see that though, right? The little incident with Cassidy.
Yes, I seen a video. I don't know how long it was, but yeah, I seen pieces of it.
Yeah, yeah. That little situation had happened with her, and I guess they settled out in court because that thing disappeared quick. Like he must have paid a ignorant amount because we ain't heard from her since. We ain't heard nothing about that. We ain't heard nothing. So whatever dollar amount was given had to be ignorant. Ew, I imagine, man. I wonder how much it was. How much is it for you just to, you know what? Don't even worry about it, man. Don't even worry about it. I kind of want to jump into that doggone Travis Hunter thing too, even though it happened a little bit later on.
Did he speak on that?
Well, honestly, man, it looks or it appears like they both have pretty much just gotten offline. Like, what is it called? Something his account. He deleted his account. She deleted her account, and they are
Oh,
no longer on Instagram. Yeah, yeah, they are no longer on IG. But the thing about that is, man, the cat is already out of the bag, unfortunately, man. And listen, I don't know this young lady. I don't know Travis Hunter either. But from what I've seen in those videos, what I've seen from him, since destroying those 707, he's a good guy. He seems like he's a pretty decent guy, and it's unfortunate if all of this stuff is true. I'm hoping that it's not. Like I'm hoping that maybe some information come out, or maybe some information don't come out. They can blow all of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just like, yo, man, forget it. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna build regardless of what anybody else has to say. Again, I'm rooting for him. I'm honestly rooting for him, man. I honestly hope and I pray that all of this stuff is just freaking smoke and mirrors, and they can be together. They can be in bliss and continue to grow. Because honestly, regardless of what happened in this young lady's past, and I know a lot of people, you know what I mean, in certain, the manosphere, red pill or whatever, is like, no, you need to pay attention. Listen, man, if this young lady, because that's my biggest thing, like going into the new year, man, like redemption and knowing and understanding that listen, fam, like we all make mistakes. I don't give a damn who you is. Everybody has a past. Nobody is perfect. You're not gonna always get it right the first time. But if you just so happen to be blessed with the opportunity to have somebody that really really loves you, really rocks out with you, and is on social media defending her like he's been listen, if she don't learn from her mistakes, man, I'm cool with it, man. I say let kids be kids, let them rock out, let them grow as hopefully mature grown adults, and don't I hope and I pray that this stuff don't honestly get to her to the point where she feels like, yo, I can't be here because the internet is not going to they're not gonna get off my back. Like they gonna continue to allow my past to hunt me. And it's unfortunate, man. And that's why even though I'm saying all of that, women, you have to be careful. Like really, a man can have a crazy pass and still be able to come back from it. Look at Diddy. Now let me stop. Let me yeah, no, my bad. But no, you can have a crazy, sketchy pass, unfortunate, and again, this is just how things are. But what I'm saying to y'all is, if you ever get the opportunity to right those doggone wrongs and make sure you're not making those mistakes, well, whoever that new person is, don't F it up. Don't F it up. Don't keep responding to this mess because I know she in her feelings. I know she in her feelings and she's probably used to, maybe being around certain people that, probably is gonna protect her or whatever, but you need to understand, can't nobody protect you from the internet. I don't give a damn who you are. I don't care who you are. You cannot control the world because those clips, those videos, people have saved those things. They done clipped them up. They done became a part of everybody's algorithm now. So it's out there. The cat is out the bag. The only thing or the best thing that I think that this young lady should do is, continue to support her man and let her know, like she needs to see him. Like, I don't, you know what? I don't care. Whatever happened in the past, as long as you rocking with me, as long as you'll have me, then I'm here. I'm not here from anybody else. Like we if we got to take on the damn world by ourselves, then we can do that. And I believe most guys, most guys is cool with that. Like I don't give a damn. Listen, if I have to fight every damn day, if I got to say something every damn day to somebody, if I got to correct the world, then I'm gonna do. I don't encourage him to do that, but if I got to do that, then so be it. I'm willing to do that. I'm not saying crash out, but I'm willing to defend my woman if necessary. You know what I mean? And I respect it, man. But this gonna be tough. I'm gonna say at least for the next 6 months, she just need to be quiet. She need to be quiet. Travis Hunter need to do what he need to honestly talk to Coach Prime, man. Because I think that Deion Sanders does a really, really good job when it comes to stuff like this.
Yeah.
When it comes to addressing those issues, short, precise answers that you already, is pretty much your side on. Answer it real quick and just, hey, but I ain't come here to talk about that. She good, I'm good, we good, and that's all it is to it. Let's talk about football. That's what I'm here for. Like that's gonna shut the people up right then. No, the more you talk about it, the more fuel you add to that fire.
Mhm.
Dang, boy. That's tough though, man. That's what dang. Let me ask you a question. Say for instance, if you had a one of your friends that was going through a similar situation, well, she was probably for the streets,
Oh my.
and she and she lucked up and got with somebody like Travis, right? But she's in this situation now. Like, what would be like your words to her? Like, what would you say to
Um, I mean, pretty much like I feel like pretty much like what we've already said. They said their piece, even though like initially being quiet would have been my first advice suggestion to her. Just just you're out in the open, you're a part of someone's life that he's big on, he's big out here in social media, in the lights and stuff. He's famous and stuff like that. So you have to learn how to carry yourself um in a manner that doesn't, I don't want to say ruffle feathers, but doesn't um yeah, don't give them a reason to look for things.
her? Yeah.
So I don't know. I just recently learned about Miss Savannah James, so reach out to her and ask her how she did it for all them years, Um, um And just I don't know. My main thing is just like being quiet. You know, if y'all have to say something, say it collectively. Speak, speak to somebody that's been in this type of situation and has come out on the on the brighter side of everything. Um, look to experience. Look to people with experience and stuff like that. Uh Yeah, just don't, because I feel like a lot of it, they just going out on their own, doing it the best way that they think, the best way they think they should go about it. Yeah, but I would, advise for them to, speak with professionals that deal with this type of trauma and drama every day.
Yeah.
So you can basically look good in the internet's eye versus looking like how they looking really.
Yeah.
Well, how she's looking, how they looking, and stuff like that. So that would probably be my advice to her or them.
Yeah, man, because I can imagine this young lady and Travis as well. They I know she's probably not used to being with a guy of that caliber because I mean she already said, she was dating cowboys and stream rappers or whatever, man, that barely got 100 views or whatever on YouTube. You know what I mean? And he probably didn't get them views until after, this stuff went viral. So, just to your point, I definitely agree with that. You know what I mean? Go and seek out some help from from people that actually have been through these things. Because just say for instance, right, if this was two normal kids, then I think it wouldn't be that bad to kind of like just let them figure things out. But his name, it's a lot more weight behind that thing. He got endorsements. He got people that he's taking care of. His entire family that is probably kind of like counting on him. You got a whole generation of people that are literally watching your every move right now, watching how you respond, watching how you act. You know what I mean? When somebody question you about things, like you literally have kids that look up to you that are studying you, that are watching every single last interview. You could be like their biggest, biggest idol, their biggest player, and they're watching you. And it's important that you don't be out here just freaking crashing out, man. You got to handle this thing the right way. And of course, them endorsement deals and stuff too. What people don't realize is Adidas, Nike, or whatever, they watch it. They're watching your YouTube channel. They're watching your Instagram. They're watching how you're responding to the stuff. And them contracts only last for so long, fam. And I'm pretty sure it's a little clause in there that say we can terminate this thing at any time. If you do anything that, we feel like doesn't align, quote unquote, align with our brand, then we can cut that paycheck off. And so this is why it's important, you know what I mean, that you have that balance of people that's around you, that's gonna keep you grounded, that's gonna hold you accountable, that's gonna, be that person in your ear, that's gonna keep it a band with you. Hopefully. Well, I know he got those people around. I know Deion Sanders is speaking and talking to him. He's not gonna do it publicly. I'm pretty sure Deion, man, the way that he handles things, he definitely doing it behind closed doors or whatever, and keeping Travis grounded. And I guarantee you, that was probably one of the main reasons why he probably told her, you and her need to go ahead and delete that thing for right now. You can always come back to it, but for right now, I need for you to delete that. You got we got a college bowl game coming up because they still playing college. He still got another college game, and then he got to get ready for the NFL Combine. After that, then you know what I mean. After everything done cleared, and you got these bloggers or whatever, they'll leave. They just like doggone vultures, man. They gonna pick around a little bit or whatnot, but eventually they'll find somebody else to go and harass. But she got to be quiet though, because I believe that he can probably handle himself. I know he wants to protect her. I think that's most guys, man. Anytime, hey, don't talk about my girl. I'm talking about my girl, fam, for real. We'll swap it out. You can't fight everybody, brother. You can't fight everybody, man. But I think, like he said, it's really been getting to her because he did say something about her. You know, she was drinking a lot when all this stuff had happened or whatever. And
Yeah.
again, man, it's unfortunate that these two got to go through these things, but you just got to move a little bit differently, man, because I promise you that exposure is only going to go up from here. When he go to the NFL, that's national. He's only going to get bigger. He's only going to make more money, and not that he worried about, but there's going to be a lot more women chasing after him too. Not that he really, I don't think he really thinking about that, whatnot. I think he just want to make everybody proud. His mom, his dad, and everybody else or whatever that look up to him.
Yeah, I wish. I mean, I wish the best for him. You know, if you know, yeah, I wish the best for him. I just, I want, like we were saying, I just want somebody that just somebody they'll listen to too. Like it has to be somebody that they'll listen to, take the advice from, because everybody got an opinion and stuff. So just somebody that they will actually take their word and take their experience and actually, if it is from if she do find
A woman.
if she do like listen to Deion Sanders too, or I guess if it's coming from Deion and then it's just coming from Hunter, if she feel genuinely like she genuinely love him and stuff like that, she gonna take it as well and just basically follow behind her man's lead, and whatever advice that's being given, they'll take it to heart and come out on the other side of this thing.
And this is I'm gonna speak to this last point, then we're gonna move on. I mean, if you wanted to, you feel free to chime in. But this, young ladies, is when I tell you using that superpower is always gonna be in your benefit. This is when you really use that your femininity to really stand behind your man. You're going to be protected if you stand behind him. When you try to put yourself out there, and I actually spoke to another young lady that you know what I mean, that's been a part of this podcast in the past or whatnot. We was actually having a conversation about this the other day, and basically just letting her know, hey, when you put yourself out there by yourself, you become vulnerable to everything, the world, other men that might have malicious intent or whatever. So the best thing that you can do, honestly, is get behind your man, and he's going to shield and he's going to protect, or he should shield and he should protect you from all of those things. That's how you know if you done pick the right guy. When hey, if all else fails, I know one thing. I know he got my back. I know he got my best interest at heart, and I ain't got to worry about these things. But you thinking that I can step out here, I can be independent, and I can take on the world myself, you open yourself up for them blows. And you got to understand that the world don't pull punches. They hit hard as hell, and it keeps coming. It's coming from everywhere. And so it's always good for you to have, not a man, but, that man in your life. That's why I think that women should be covered from end to end. From the start of their life on up until the end of their life. In the beginning, you're covered, by your mom, your dad, or whatever. You're in that household. And when you leave up out of there, it should be your boyfriend, your husband, whatever. From end to end, should be covered. Those women right there have the easiest lives. It ain't easy, but it's a lot easier than these other people out here that's trying to move like they can, take life by the horns or whatnot. I just see a lot of those people, unfortunately, crashing out and becoming bitter and being upset with the world and being upset with men. Like, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You chose that life, young lady. You chose that every day that you get up and you leave with that being independent crowd. That's what you chose. Like a lot of them don't really realize how much they are being covered until they're not, unfortunately. But yeah, man, she need to don't make no damn more videos by yourself, please. Good grief. Don't make no more damn videos by your damn self. If y'all are gonna come out with another video, if you are gonna come back to the front of the congregation, you need to do it with your man. Just letting people know before we get off the end, I just want to let everybody know we standing 10 toes down. You know, if you against us, basically F y'all in the nicest way. You know what I'm saying? F y'all, but we gonna make it. In the next 5 years, y'all gonna be hating. In the next 10 years, y'all gonna be hating. In the next 15, y'all gonna be hating. Still stuck in whatever situation that you in. But we gonna be all right. And then just cut the camera off. Get up out of there.
No way to do it.
Dog. Like, dang, Travis, I mean, you have to say it like that? You're damn right. But yeah, man, hopefully those two youngins, man, they get it together. Again, I'm rooting for them. Regardless of, everything that thing came out, I'm always going to root for, people to be together, relationships and stuff like that. Always going to be rooting for those things. Whatever that looks like for them. Long as they together, long as they happy, long as they living and they enjoying life, bam. You got every freaking reason to smile, man. Every reason to be happy. You just won the Heisman. Your man just won the Heisman. Y'all rich. I don't understand what be up with rich. Y'all rich. What you what Andrew Tate say, man? To all the rest of those people that got something to say, you're broke. You're broke. I'm not. You can't. Let me tell you something. I got everything that I could possibly want in my life. Somebody that rock with me. Somebody that I rock with. We got more than enough money, resources to do whatever it is that we want to do at any time. We got endorsement deals. My mom is taken care of. My dad is good. My family good. What can anybody else tell me? Nothing. You can tell me absolutely nothing, fam. I'm loving it. That government show. But yeah, again, I'm gonna be different from everybody else in the internet. I want to see them make it. I'm always gonna be an advocate for relationships and people to be together. Because there's a lot of trauma that come behind that when, listening to other people, allowing other people to dictate how you move is that ain't it. That ain't it. You got anything else you wanted to add real quick?
No.
All right, so we got a clip. If you want to pull up the, I think it's the Instagram clip. We can start with the IG, and it's basically like have your friends ever been with a man like yours? That's the question. Because we have a lot of people that seek and get advice from people on the outside, right? So I want to make this both ways, men and women. The advice that you're getting from that guy, that girl, have that person ever had any experiences with a person like the person that you're with? If you're taking advice from them, like, oh yeah, I've been with a a chick like that or whatnot. I think a lot of people seek advice and get advice from people that have no freaking idea, no clue about the type of person that person really is when it comes to their character and the way that they move or whatnot. But yeah, you can go ahead whenever you get back up to the top. If you know where, if you know it's at the top, you can go ahead and play.
It's not.
All right, let it play on through. As soon as I'll let you know when to get back up to the top.
Okay.
But yeah, I think this is a really, really good question to ask, and this is coming from an older, seasoned lady or whatever that does have the experience. with being with a different caliber of men. I think this is so freaking important because you can't get advice from people that have been with douchebags, that have been with 304s, and you are not with a person like that and you getting advice from them. They're going to give you advice based on the people that they have been with, the experiences that they have been, experiencing with these type of people. You got to be careful, man. Be extremely careful about where and who you are getting your information from when it comes to how you are moving throughout a friendship or a relationship. Got people out here that be dating bums. Be let me go give some advice to such and such real quick. Or dudes out here that be dating 304s. Sam, this is what you need to do. Hey, brother. Hey. My girl don't move like that. My girl don't move like them chicks that you used to. All right, now you can play it.
Okay, let me.
Why do you not talk to your girlfriends about your marriage?
Would a queen talk to a chambermaid about the king? How would the chambermaid understand what it is that the queen is going through or has to understand? Why am I going to go get advice from somebody who has a failed marriage, who doesn't understand what it's like to be with a man like that? Number two, if I go and tell my friend how horrible Grant was about something, which there's two sides of the story, and then I'm going to go make up with Grant, but now I've told them that Grant is domineering, Grant is controlling, he only thinks about himself. They're stuck with that. So now I've made up with my husband. I go hang out with my best friend, Susie Q. And then she's like, so how's Grant? Oh, is he doing the domineering thing again? Boom, I'm lit back up. Didn't even have a fight with him, but I'm lit back up. Either I'm trying to now talk to her and convince her that my husband isn't the piece of garbage that I made him out to be earlier. I'm trying to convince her of that, or I'm reignited about the upset and how he does not treat me with respect. And he does treat me like I said, and I'm always doing this for him and he doesn't do that. And then boom, now I'm home with my husband. And guess what? He does one little thing where he's like, I'm going here to do this, And I'm like, oh, really? Oh, so it's my job to take care of the kids? Oh, you just get to do whatever you want because you just think about only yourself. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I just now picked a fight that wasn't even there because I'm all re-stimulated from this conversation that I had with this girl.
All right, you can pause it. What are your thoughts on what that young lady said?
I mean, it makes sense. Like it definitely makes sense. Like, because like you were saying, you can't get the type of advice for a successful relationship from people that hasn't dealt with certain caliber of people that you know, man or woman that you know, a person that's involved with, because you know they've only dealt with, I'll say how you were saying, the 304s and bums and stuff. Like those, you know, 304s and bums have a different mindset than someone of a different caliber and stuff like that. They move different, they think different, they operate differently. So you can't use certain tactics and not, you know, certain tactics and vocabulary and, you know, certain behaviors towards I'll use hers, kings and queens, that you would use towards a chambermaid, because they'll see through that, or they'll, you know, question things. So then it may actually backfire against you. It may not give the results that you thought that you was going to get, because you're not getting advice from somebody that's dealt with this, you know, a king or a queen before. So yeah, I don't think I absolutely agree with what she was saying. And then also too, like the part of, you know, telling Susie Q her business.
Susie Q's guys.
Yeah, like, because now, you know, either you're trying to convince your friend that your king isn't, you know, the douche. She didn't say douchebag, but she said the guy. But you know, you're trying to convince your friend that, okay, he's not what she, you know, always what she said that he was garbage, piece of crap, She didn't say
Yeah.
yeah. Or you're trying to convince your friend, or you're re-triggered by uh basically where your friend was left off in the relationship. So now basically your friend is now in the relationship because of that part. And so that's just too much. Like I just think that people should, if keep their friends out of their relationship, keep their family members and stuff out of their relationship. This is the relationship between you and that other person.
I'm gonna
Not
play. I'm gonna play the advocate real quick. So who if I'm well, I ain't gonna say if a young lady is thinking, okay, so who am I supposed to go to if you know I guess to vent to if I feel like I need. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
well, I mean, to add on to that, like I'm trying to think of another. Well, it was a previous podcast, just of us talking about going to people up with the results. Like if
Mhm.
you do want to, speak and vent to somebody, then yeah, speak to somebody that has the results of a successful marriage or a
Mhm.
successful unity and stuff like that. That's because I mean I feel like we do need to have a conversation with someone, but at the same time it would be better to have a conversation with the person that you are in the relationship with. But I mean I feel like that's one of those things too that are just in a woman's nature is to kind of like seek advice from a third party too. So um just make sure I would say is to just make sure you're seeking advice from like the right person.
Okay, so I'm gonna play that again. So what if I don't have anybody to go to that does have a successful relationship or whatever? Then what?
Well, that I think that's that's what I was well, I mean, there's ways to get information. And then I think I also mentioned like just speaking to the person that you're in the relationship with. Like, let's discuss this. What's going on? Like, why are we having this disagreement, or um, what's the issue here? Because we're trying to tackle the issue, not each other. Hopefully, I would hope that's that you are comfortable with your partner, your husband or wife, or however that you can speak with them. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I think you know again y'all kind of like just playing the advocate or whatnot. But I think yeah, she's pretty much on par. Like the very first thing that I would say, like I've been saying on these social media posts, you go check me out or whatever on different social media platforms. I think a lot of people need to get comfortable with talking to that person. Like I don't understand why in the world there's a disconnection there. The fact that you have so many people out here that have already been intimate with their partners. Y'all been kicking it, y'all been around each other for as long as you have, and you're not comfortable enough to sit down and have a face-to-face conversation without lashing out, without walking away, without talking at a person, but actually talking to them and also listening to hopefully come up with a resolution, come up with, the answer where it's going to be some type of compromise here or there. And that's what you should want. Like you want to hopefully, like we want to basically get to a little common ground where we both now have an understanding for where we both are coming from, And I think that's the issue with a lot of people. A lot of people just don't sit down and communicate with each other. And that's the reason why a lot of people be walking around and they be frustrated. And a lot of y'all should be frustrated with yourselves. Because again, you should be able to go to your person, go over there, speak to them, talk to them, and get some common ground. And say for instance, maybe y'all have reached a place where y'all a little bit confused. And to that question that I had earlier, who am I to go to? We go and we use social media. We go and we use YouTube. We use Google for everything else except for things like this. Are there not people out there that do have successful marriages, successful relationships, that have put steps and things out there that we can go and maybe not, you know, take everything that, they use or whatever, but you can take some of those tools. Oh, some of that stuff I can rock with. I'll take this out because I don't really see me and my partner, maybe doing this. That's a little bit on the corny side. But I think this would be a perfect fit for us. And just take things out. It's just pretty much just plug and play. This works, this may not work. We're gonna try some things and try to figure it out and build. But yeah, I think we just need to get out of the habit of saying that it cannot be done. It's impossible. I've tried everything. No, you haven't. Most of y'all have. Most of y'all have not. Most people are just lazy as heck and they don't want to do the work. And actually, shout out to Arlette, man. I think one of those people on Pop the Balloon said it best. When you start speaking and you start talking about love, it's an action. It's putting forth effort each and every day. Like, don't just think just because y'all are at year five and as soon as you get to year five, it's just gonna be easy all of a sudden. No, both of y'all are constantly moving. You're constantly growing, becoming different people, hopefully better. And with that, like with learning, it's gonna be unknown. And you should want to, get to know that person each and every day. Like, I want to see, how much you have changed over the years. And we can see if we can search and see if this is for the better. If not, then we can make some adjustments. What it's all about. Again, growth, man. My bad. I ain't mean to drop in and say gonna be what's the name, but I figure I would give you a little bit of time or whatnot.
What is that?
Uh, I know you had to step out, so I end up filling in or whatnot. What have you.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, that's cool.
All right, so it's another clip. Did you have anything else you wanted to add before we got to the next clip?
No, I mean, well, just off of what you said, I feel like that is probably the best way to go about it. Is of course always go to the person you're in a relationship with, and if you guys are struggling to solve the issue between each other together, then yeah, together go seek a party professionally that has the results, or like you said, YouTube, Google, make sure that you're reaching out, seeking out those folks that actually have the results in a successful relationship, marriage, however, and implement what you feel like will work for the both of you guys, and use them a part of your tool belt. Trying to be cute, but yeah, use them as one of the tools to grow and build together, um and keep progressing. Like, it's all like you said, everything is always you're growing and changing. Like, we're not the same people that we were, heck, 5 minutes ago even. So you're involved with someone and y'all are together. So if anything, even the positive things, I would say, even when it comes to positivities, like, just look at those things and reinforce those too, to help your the relationship and unity grow and be successful.
Yeah, one thing that you said, I got to piggyback off of one more thing that I didn't get a chance to add is you said go and do like seek help together.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely, I definitely agree with that. That's something I didn't say, but yeah, I definitely I got to start adding it to my comments and whatnot. Yeah, but going to go seek help in therapy and stuff like that together. Like it was some people that literally used to sit back together as couples and watch Kevin Samuels content.
Mm.
And again, to Kevin Sims, a lot of people honestly looked at him as, a father figure, basically getting that tough love. A lot of things that, you know, they didn't get growing up or whatever. They actually had an opportunity where they can sit down and listen to these things for free. A lot of the stuff we don't want to hear, but a lot of the stuff we need to hear. And so just sitting down with, maybe a young lady that did have a father in her life, but didn't have, but the guy didn't have a dad in his life, or, the reverse, a guy that maybe had both parents or whatever, and maybe she didn't, or neither one of them, had both parents in their life. And they basically just getting that thing that they needed all of these doggone years from, just a random YouTuber that just got on there and just basically just started speaking the truth and was blunt as heck with it. But again, a lot of people honestly need to hear that. And that's the reason why he saved a lot of marriages, a lot of relationships, kept a lot of people together because, they were receptive. Like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna listen. You know what? I agree. Because again, he gave smoke to both. It wasn't just to the women, it was to the men as well. Again, I think he was a lot harsh on the guys, but it is what it is. We're gonna take that and chew it up. It is a lot of us honestly need it, so it's all good. But yeah, man, I think again reviewing certain content or whatever and keeping an open mind and having those conversations again is gonna, what I tell y'all, man, it honestly gives you a lot of insight on a person's mindset. You know what I mean? And like I was telling guys the year before last, when I first started going heavy on the reactions and stuff like this, I was like, honestly, fellas, if you really want to vet a young lady and really see where her head is with things, then I think this is probably one of the best tools to use. Sit down and just review content about relationships and get her views, and she gets the opportunity to also see and hear your perspective on things, and then y'all can make a better decision on, is this the type of person that I can honestly see myself with long term. Do our views, do our goals and all those rest of those things align? And y'all are not gonna line on everything. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't care who you are, who you with, and you don't want to. Again, you don't want to live in an echo chamber, but it's good to be around people that you can voice your opinion, they can voice their opinion, and y'all can either you know agree to disagree, or not getting y'all feelings about having a conversation. That's really the main thing. Because if somebody's getting in their feelings about anything that y'all are talking about, speaking about, especially if it ain't got nothing to do really with y'all, then I think that lets you know a lot. Them triggers, man, them triggers, it can bring out a lot in a lot of different folks. Y'all know I did a lot of reactions with a lot of different people, so y'all know. Check out KD's Empire. Y'all seen it. That stuff done triggered a lot of people, boy, for real. Take that whole mask off. Um, Did you have anything else you wanted to add? We do have another clip. I believe it's from, since we're on the topic, the late great Kevin Samuels on TikTok. The one and only.
Oh, how you playing? It's from what is it? A lot of men are so much that.
It should say, I don't know, does it have Kevin Samuels on it should be on TikTok. Do you see the TikTok thing up top?
Mm.
Yeah, bring that up on screen. No, that's not Kevin Samuels. I don't know who that is. But that's the other guy. We're gonna get to him in just a second. Yeah, it should be Kevin Samuels on TikTok, I believe. TikTok, you don't stop. And you can also delete or no, never mind. Don't X out of any of those. 'Cause shit be
That's it, either.
yeah, man. I think Kevin Samuels dropped a lot of gems, y'all. So much content to go through and review from all of his years of being on YouTube, Instagram. Some of his clips and stuff have made it onto TikTok. He also had a Facebook page, a Facebook group. I think it was mainly for couples and stuff, or singles that were looking for people. So I was never a part of that, but I just love to hear, the work that he was doing, kind of like behind the scenes of hooking people up, getting people, whatever it is that they were looking for in a partner. And results is a beautiful thing, man. Did you get a chance to see it?
No, I don't see it. It's not pulled
TikTok?
up.
You said there's no TikTok on there?
No.
Interesting. Hmm. Okay. That's weird. That's weird. No. I'm gonna try to drop it down in the comments and you let me know, um, brother Darren spitting facts. Oh, you know who that is? What's going on, man? You ain't get a chance to drop those put those comments up.
Oh no.
That's some guy. Bless up. I appreciate you, man, so much for the comments, my friend. I appreciate it. I do apologize we didn't get a chance to see those comments, but yeah, we definitely appreciate that, man. I dropped the link down below. Can you click on it? Can you click on the link down in the what's the name, or copy and paste it maybe into a empty window? But yeah, I will read the comments. Preach, brother. Brother Darren spitting facts. I don't even. Who was Darren? That's on God, cuz. Bless up. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna call you DT. Appreciate you, DT, for coming through, man, and dropping the comments, my friend. I appreciate it, man. You see do you see the comment in the chat?
I see it. Yes, I see it. Well, you probably should have tried the private chat versus putting it here, because
They won't let you copy and paste it.
nah,
All right.
because
There
it
it is.
just
I got you. I got you.
okay. Open the tab. Okay, that might be it. All right, let me see.
All right, guys. Again, this is from the late great Kevin Samuels, man. You guys know how much I respect this guy, and honestly love the way that he did content, the amount of content that he put out, how hard this guy worked. Like, phenomenal man, man. Phenomenal man. I think he was honestly one of the best communicators of this generation. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Whoa, that's not Kevin Samuels.
It's not? Oh. This what popped up.
Interesting. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that's definitely not Kevin. Wait a minute, hold on. Maybe I clicked the wrong one. Definitely not seeing Kevin. I don't know. Well, just we can let that one play. She's speaking about dating a successful man.
Did I just exit them?
Yeah, you can go back to it. It's all good.
All
My
right,
bad, y'all. I thought I had Kevin Samuels.
all right.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Girls want to date an entrepreneur until they see what comes with being with an entrepreneur. You think for 1 second that dating an entrepreneur, especially one that is successful, means you get freedom? Take it from me. I'm sitting at the office of the entrepreneur right now, where he's getting 2 jobs for the price of one. He's 24/7, and I'm out here being 24/7 with him. When I started dating my fiance, he basically told me from the get go, I want to end up with someone that supports me and my goals and my dreams. That's the one thing I'll never give up. I was like, oh, that sounds easy enough. No, I'm out here in the trenches. If you want to be with someone that's uber successful, you need to know that you will most likely come in a lot of seasons second to the business. And you need to be so okay with that, like so for real okay with that. You might even lose some friends over this because some of your friends will not be able to relate. If they're with someone that's in a 9 to 5 and you're with someone that's actively building a business, they will not understand your suffering. And let me tell you another thing. These guys have such high expectations of you, more than you have for yourself. As their partner, you need to level up. And the reason why is because there's going to be a lot of hard days. And you're going to be out there in the trenches with them as literally God's strongest soldier. Top of all of this, let's just add the fact that they love delayed gratification. So the moment they achieve their goal, they're going to kick the ball down the road and they're going to have another goal to achieve. It's never ending. So you just better get used to the cycle. I feel so blessed to be with someone that has goals and dreams and is so ambitious. I want him to achieve all those things and I want to be right there to support him. All I'm saying is, if you want a life of leisure, go find a man in finance, because I'm telling you right now, these guys, no, they're hardwired differently. The hunt is better than the kill. They're always on the chase. So best of luck to you out here, because it's hard. It's hard out here.
So I did not get a chance to view that entire thing. Yo, that's crazy. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that? That is hilarious, bro. Kicking the ball down the street is funny.
Well, I mean, you know, well, I mean, um, she's not telling them any lies. I feel like, you know, with the type of person that you picking, or the type of man, I will just say man, that you're picking, if you choose someone that's very ambitious and goal oriented and a go-getter and things like that, that's what you're gonna have to do, especially if, you know, if he expresses himself, yeah, I want, you know, the support and stuff like that. It ain't always gonna be, oh, you got it, babe. It might be you know, helping him with the books or carrying some equipment, or I don't know what they're doing, you know, type of thing
Yeah.
that they're doing. But I'm just saying, like, you're he's got it, but if y'all are together, if he, you know, lacking on like 2% of something, you know, you got to be that 2% for him, because in the long run, like, this is what y'all are building towards. Y'all are, you know, just being there for him in those ways that he can't be there for himself. I feel like that's what it's all about. And, you know, he reaps the benefits, you reap the benefits. So yeah, you definitely have to be prepared, or be prepared, or be the type of person that's pretty much similar in that same aspect of, you know, a go-getter, motivated and stuff like that too. So like she was saying, if you want to live a life of leisure, you're probably gonna have to find a different avenue type of guy. um But yeah, if you know, that someone that's where you see the potential in him and stuff like that, you're gonna have to put in the potential and put in the effort too.
Yeah, see the crazy thing about that, because I wish she would have put that in there. Women, when you're with those type of guys, you need to understand you are the direct beneficiary of everything that comes behind him, because he's not really for that gratitude and everything or whatever like that. if you are with a guy like that, when it comes time for him to travel and go different places or whatever, you're the direct beneficiary. So when it's time for him to go to Costa Rica, Dubai, Egypt, or whatever, he's taking you with him. And also, y'all might do a little bit of shopping, go check out some food, some restaurants, and everything like that. If you weren't there, he probably wouldn't even do that mess. He'll probably just be stuck working all the doggone time. But the fact that you're there, those men tend to look out for y'all to make sure that you, again, are the direct beneficiary of that. Just because he's working and he's grinding and everything, oh, trust and believe, those type of guys, it's going to be some type of plan in there. It's going to be a buttload of work as well. But with those guys, again, that she was speaking about, talking about finances and everything like that, most of their life is boring. Those guys that's being finances and everything like that, those are those whitey tighty type of guys. It ain't gonna be too much. It ain't gonna be too much thrill in that thing. I'm telling you. I've spoke with, what I'm saying, young ladies that have went that route. It ain't all it's cut out to be. Yeah, that dude do make a lot of money because he's in finances or whatever, bookkeeping, sitting in front of the computer all day. You got to understand something. It's a personality trait that normally fits that type of man. That's what you signed up for. But when you sign up for a lion, a hunter, somebody that's going out there to go get, it's going to probably be a lot more thrill or a little bit more thrill behind that. Life is about choices and trade-offs. You don't always get what you want. And you need to understand something. Yes, there's a different type of lifestyle out there from certain type of guy. But you need to understand what you're getting yourself into. And just know the characteristic traits behind certain things. Just want to make sure that I put that out there or whatnot. I'm gonna set that down on the floor and then I'm gonna walk away. Because it just seems like it's just a level of passion that I honestly see a lot of people lack.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've literally watched so many people on interviews on Pop the Balloon when it comes to dating, how people move around like dating. I'm just like, yo, bro, why it seem like this person ain't really got that much energy? Like, dull. I don't want to say it, but like dead. Like, where's your soul, man?
Hmm.
And honestly, I don't think a lot of women, a lot of vibrant women, let me say a lot of vibrant women want to be around people with low energy. That stuff is draining and it's contagious as well.
Mm-hmm.
What you get, you get what you pay for. You get what you sign up for. If you sign up with somebody that got a little thrill behind, I'm not saying they out here doing anything crazy. But you know what I'm saying? When I look at go-getters, those people that are spontaneous, those people that have a lot of energy, how you do one thing oftentimes is how you do everything. So you need to understand that they spend most of their day in front of the computer with low energy. Woo! Don't think you're gonna get a doggone rock star when it's time to clock out and y'all going to all these different spots and whatnot. They're like, it don't work like that, man. It really don't. But again, man, I just wanted to make sure I put that out there real quick. You got anything else? We can pull up the next clip. But you got anything else you want to add?
I feel like I want to, but it's not really. I can't say that there's anything else to say about that. Well, other than like, I guess pretty much the I might be butchering, but the phrase that you say, how you do one thing is how you pretty much do everything. So yeah, so like you saying, if you come across a person and they're just low energy and stuff like that, then typically they kind of are that same way. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, sometimes, you have when they say, oh, they're just nervous and shy, and they just have to warm up to you, and then you'll see more of an excitement side or an adventurous side.
Yeah.
You know, Uh, try to see that there's people like that that has to get familiar with who they're around before they can be, I don't know.
It's so crazy because right now it don't even sound like you're talking about a grown adult though. It sound
Uh,
like- that sounds like a child.
hmm.
That's so crazy. Like the entire time, like when you started speaking and talking like that, that's the very first thing that I thought about. Like a child, like a person with like almost like a childish like mindset, versus like a grown adult, somebody that has a mature mindset.
Okay.
Like I'm not saying that those people that move like that are well, maybe I am.
Are
Maybe.
childish. It,
Yeah. Because
yeah.
I can understand you kind of like getting to know or trying to get like a feel for a person, but I don't think that it would necessarily come across as what I'm saying, like being quiet. Like if I'm trying to get a better understanding for like you're still gonna be able to see my personality. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to. I don't think in any conversation would anybody ever say or confuse me with being dull or low energy.
Mhm.
But somebody that ain't really got it like that or whatnot, ain't really got energy like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I was about to see if I could try to uh defend my point or whatever by saying, well, maybe they just haven't, those social skills. They just haven't learned the social skills, or, they're not around people enough to like. But then is that more is it still their personality, or um yeah, is that still part of their personality, or just well, I don't know.
I think I would go back to childish.
Childish.
Again, unmaturity or like people say maturity. Haven't haven't learned how to be a functional adult in society.
Mm.
You know what I mean? The proper way to go about moving, conversing with other adults. How to get along, how to communicate, and stuff like that. I think it still kind of goes back to you know like a child almost.
Oh, okay then.
I'm thinking. Yeah, that sounds like. All right,
Yeah.
you can bring the other guy because it should be two more, right? Two more clips.
Um,
Men are done with disrespectful women. Is that up there?
what's that from? YouTube?
Reds.
Threads?
Hmm.
Is that the one we put filling up?
No, I think that if it's a guy, then that's from TikTok, I believe. If it's Threads, then it should be a young lady.
So we pulling up the young lady right now?
Yeah. If Threads is up there, then yeah.
Oh, okay. How you know when to get to the beginning?
That's a really, really good question. You should be able to click on it. Maybe I want to say you can click on it and be able to see. Yeah, there we
Oh,
go. All right, so this is one of Kobe's. I don't know if it's one of his favorites, but she's a content creator. She's dope, man. She's been a part of the 5150 show. She's been. I want to say she kind of blew up. Honestly, I think off of reviewing and reacting to Kevin Samuels content because her content aligns with majority of men. I think that's one of the reasons why she blew up.
Knowing their words.
okay. My bad.
You good?
Women do not want men knowing their worth, knowing that they don't have to deal with your disrespect. Once women realize that men are now in the know, what they try to do now is try to make it seem like it's lame or sassy for men to have any input or any say-so in how he feels about the way that you're treating him. They don't want other men to be in the know. They want some men to still operate with that foolish mindset that men equals doormat, and that women are just supposed to walk all over you and say whatever it is that they want to say to you so that they are free to emasculate you and you just have to stay. Women love to call their counterparts sassy and try to emasculate them. Well, it's so interesting because when it comes to men who are actually operating in their feminine nature, that's who y'all go get and make them your best friend. So is it a problem? Is it something that you guys don't like, or are you not? Because it's giving mixed signals. It's gotten to the point that everybody's tired of the foolishness from the modern woman. Women do not want men knowing their worth, knowing that they don't have to deal with your dis.
All right, you can pause.
Well, I have to hold it to technically pause it.
Hey man, I can see why you can mute it. I can see why a lot of her clips go viral, boy. I can see right now thousands of her counterparts. Man, who you talking about? They say a hit dog gonna holler every time, boy. I know they be all up under them doggone comments going ham. Fingers on fire. She ain't talking about me. I know you ain't talking about. Yo, I'm saying, what are your thoughts? And the title is Men Are Done with Disrespectful Women.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because when she was speaking, it kind of made me think about like this feminism and pretty much like how some women basically use being a woman as a weapon. That's what I feel like. Use being a woman as a weapon, or I'm independent. Like I guess you could say the modern I don't need a man type of mentality. And yet, like how she was saying, like those ones, I guess that quote unquote, how she was saying, operate in their femininity, like you walk all over them, like you don't, basically you're disrespecting them, but at the same time you still want a man. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like how she said, it is kind of it's giving mixed signals. Like it is. Yeah, I might need to just go ahead and let her talk again. But yeah, like it's really I hate to say it, but it's giving off self-destruct. It's giving off like some of these women who pretty much I'm gonna just say it like how I'm thinking. Like it's giving off self-destruct. It's giving off these women who operate in their masculinity that they don't even know who they are. They're having a conflict with their identity and their purpose as a female, as a woman. We could go into the alphabet community, but I don't want to do that either because that's just too much. What's up, Cole?
What up, Cole? What's good?
Okay.
Is that Kobe for real? That AI? What's going on? I want to watch All Robot now.
Hey, what's popping, y'all? So I was in the salon, man. I had to get cleaned up, my friend.
Oh, okay, all right. Salon. Hold on, wait a minute now. Barbershop. You mean the barbershop?
No, I was in a salon getting my hair done.
Oh, Kobe, I forgot you did grow. Okay, I got you. I did. I was like, wait a minute. I thought Kobe well, okay. That's what's up, brother. I ain't mad at it, man. Well, good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. We are it's so crazy that you popped in on this young lady. I'm gonna let Tina play it one more time real quick, and you can let us know what your thoughts are.
All right.
See, for men to have women do not want men knowing their worth, knowing that they don't have to deal with your disrespect. Once women realize that men are now in the know, what they try to do now is try to make it seem like it's lame or sassy for men to have any input or any say so in how he feels about the way that you're treating him. They don't want other men to be in the know. They want some men to still operate with that foolish mindset that men equals doormat, and that women are just supposed to walk all over you and say whatever it is that they want to say to you so that they are free to emasculate you and you just have to stay. Women love to call their counterparts sassy and try to emasculate them. Well, it's so interesting because when it comes to men who are actually operating in their feminine nature, that's who y'all go get and make them your best friend. So is it a problem? Is it something that you guys don't like, or are you not? Because it's giving mixed signals. It's gotten to the point that everybody's tired of the foolishness from the modern woman. Women.
What's your thoughts, Cole?
Man, to be honest with you, man, I actually agree, man, to be honest with you, because men are most definitely tired of disrespectful women, because you have women out here that are saying to men that, like, oh, he's being sassy, like she said. But at one point where men were out here saying, like, man, she's super masculine, like she's trying to run ship, like, and stuff like that. Cause it's just like, it's almost like, in a sense, how if a woman tells a man he don't gotta work and he can stay home and not do nothing, and but what you decide, if you decide to take on that role to stay home or whatever, that gives a woman sometimes it gives that woman the opportunity to berate you and belittle you and telling you you're nothing and all this stuff, when you were the person that said, like, oh, you said I could be a stay at home. You can say I can stay at home. I don't gotta work. So I don't, guys, just like how they said guys, how women are figuring out ways where they can get a security blanket and a financial support system. It's the same. It's the same thing. You get upset with guys being in their trying to be somewhat feminine is not a bad thing. It's causing, like you said, vulnerability and being able to express how they're feeling and stuff like that. But like you say, you want an emotional, intelligent man, but when you get that, it's too much. Oh, I can't handle it. So what this lady is saying is 100% true, and I rock with it.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, I can see why she go viral all the time, man. Because I know she had a lot of women down in them doggone comments going ham, typing, boy. They done typed the doggone the letter off their keyboard. You don't know what you're talking about. It's another clip that I wanted you to bring up, that guy. And again, the title of this podcast, and we're gonna get into it, is, are you ready for what you are asking for? All right, and he is going to be the person that kind of like kicks everything off before we kind of like lead into actually having a conversation about that. Are you ready for what you are asking for? You got men out there that say they want feminine women. Do most men really know and understands what all that entails? Having a feminine, cooperative, soft woman. Because for a lot of men, that's going to mean that you're going to have to change. You're going to have to be that assertive, dominant male that you're supposed to be. You're gonna have to be that go-getter. I'm not saying you got to be like that all the time, but you have issues finding it.
It
Spirit.
You get when
Yeah,
is it,
yeah.
go
And
ahead.
he's gonna speak about the men, right? Being with a successful man. Again, I want to make sure that we flip this thing and we get both sides of it. A guy that's looking for a feminine woman, because most men say that they want a feminine woman, and a woman that said that she wants a dominant, assertive male. All right, you can go ahead and play.
it's not just about him having money and being able to take care of certain things, is does he have proper structure in his life? All right. And listen, again, I have to keep repeating it. It didn't make me a bad guy. It doesn't make him a bad guy. But if you get with him when he does not have that balance, when he does not have those priorities properly in place, then you're going to be in a position where you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice quality time. You have to sacrifice the attention you might want from him. You have to sacrifice maybe your ability to even build a family together, because he's like, well, I can't do it now. There's too much going on. And if you are going to be very negatively impacted by this, then this says to you, it is not time.
All right, so we gonna really go through it, but I want you guys to just go ahead and just comment on what he pretty much said thus far before I kind of get my little spiel on how I want to break this thing down.
I feel like what he said, what he said makes sense. Like, you have to understand, you have to understand who you are and who you want to be with, and what not potentially, but what could actually entail when it comes to, longevity with I'll just say, if you're a woman and you're looking for this successful man, you just have to think about, okay, well, are you this feminine, soft woman, this fit feminine woman that he even wants to be with? And what that looks like, what that type of woman looks like in his eyes, to portray that. And then you have to think, okay, well, even if he's not successful now, you see the aspirations and the motivations that he has behind him. And like I think the title does say somewhere about the guy being busy, he's going to be a busy person. So you have to understand, and like he was saying, like the time and affection and attention, that's one of those things that that's going to have to be on the back burner when it comes to being with this type of person. So you have to be, I would say you would have to be confident in yourself, content in yourself, and just be supportive in the relationship, to be in that relationship. Like you really have to like sit down and be like, is this what you want? Are you really ready for what you want in life? Like, are you really ready for this?
Yeah, I don't know if Kobe wanted to go just yet. He could feel free to tap in if he wanted to.
Honestly, bro, I think what is being told is true because like you said, not a lot of people understand what they get themselves into. Like you said, dealing with a woman that is feminine and very what's the wording? Just being there to support her man, if you get what I'm saying. Because a lot of guys some guys don't ever expect that. They expect a woman to be um I'm not gonna say bashful, but like they expect for her to clap back. They expect for her to have a rebuttal. They expect for her to say something smart off at the mouth because that is what excuse me, they are accustomed to seeing and what they have dealt with over time. And I think in some way it's just the same way when it comes to, like I just previously said, when it comes to a woman dealing with an emotionally intelligent man, and when they get a whiff of that, it's too much. It's something that they can't handle, and it's like it's the same thing. You have to be able to accept it. You got to be able to adapt to it, because when it comes to relationships in general, it's all about you adapting to whatever you're. It's all about adapting because it's gonna be things. Because when you're dating somebody for years, or when you're married to somebody, that person is gonna change over time, whether it's for the good or for the bad. They're gonna change, and you're gonna have to adapt. And also that comes with communication. You telling that your partner that, hey, there's something I'm seeing about you that I'm not liking, and like this may be a part of your personality now, but I need you to dial it back, and so we can make this stuff work. And and that's the truth.
Facts, facts. I agree. Yeah, man. What the guy in the video was saying, man, and also to kind of like piggyback on what y'all was saying as well. I thought I think that is kind of strange, right? Because you have on one side maybe a guy that has been used to dealing with masculine women. You know what I mean? Maybe he grew up in a certain type of environment and he's just used to, like you were saying, Kobe, he looking for that rebuttal. Like, I know she gonna come back, you know what I'm saying? I'm so used to women kind of, you know what I'm saying, give me a little lip when it comes to certain things. And then this guy that's so used to dealing with a certain type of woman, he ends up getting around either a woman or some women that are soft and feminine. And he like, yo, what the hell what is this? What the hell is this? And this guy can go from being somewhat of an average Joe to feeling like he's damn Superman because being around feminine women, it enhances your masculinity. It makes you want to get out there and fight and go throughout the day. It depends on how strong a woman's femininity is. And this is why I understand why a lot of guys that, that I know, work in certain industries when they are around, a lot of feminine women. And that stuff, I'm telling you, man, it's like a freaking jetpack that they strap to your back. And so this guy now, when he gets used to that type of energy, he like, yo, bro, I don't want to go without this. Like I do not see myself getting into another situation, another relationship, or anything like that with a masculine woman. I refuse to do it. Now that I done found out that it's women out here that move like this, why the hell would why would I go back? It don't make any sense. And then you have those young ladies out there that, again, unfortunately, they're moving in a certain manner where they may be a little bit masculine, a little bit hard for whatever reason. Everybody got they go through that they go through for whatever and whatnot. And they may be used to dealing with guys that are a little bit on the feminine side. And then, like you said, Kobe, they run into a guy that has emotional intelligence. You know what I mean? He knows who he is. He's not one of those people that, is going to get rattled because she's acting that way or whatever. And I think that it might be a little bit, I think it would be harder for the women to switch it up. Like to go from something that they might be used to learning how to get and keep that attention of those masculine guys that are out there. And one of the things that the guy said in this video, he was talking about Hey, can you play? My bad. I don't know if it's up there anymore. It was something that he said in a video that I kind of wanted to bring up one more time. Can you pull that back up on the screen real quick?
Money and being able to take care of certain things is, does he have proper structure in his life? All right. And listen, again, I have to keep repeating it. It didn't make me a bad guy. It doesn't make him a bad guy. But if you get with him when he does not have that balance, when he does not have those priorities properly in place, then you're going to be in a position where you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice quality time. You have to sacrifice the attention you might want from him. You have to sacrifice maybe your ability to even build a family together, because he's like, well, I can't do it now. There's too much going on. And if you are going to be very negatively impacted by this, then this says to you, it is not time.
Right. So that was the word, sacrifice. Are people really willing to make those necessary sacrifices in order to not just be with this person, but what I always talk about in relationships, which is building with this person? So I want to kind of, do a little spin real quick. And I guess we'll start, we'll let it be ladies first. Tina, let me ask you a question, right? You have a lot of women out here that say they want a guy that's going to pay all the bills, so they can really be able to live and rest in their femininity and all these other things. So with that, let's say, for instance, right, do you think that a lot of women are ready to give up, a lot of women that feel like they're independent or whatnot, are ready to give up their freedom to go live with the guy that's paying all the bills, meaning she's staying with him? It's no longer, what I'm saying, anything, but she's now staying with him. So there are certain rules that this man may have in place for how he wants his household to be ran. Whether it's, don't want no dirty dishes in the sink, want to make sure the dishes are clean or whatever. House needs to be cleaned a certain type of way. The food needs to be ready at a certain time. It needs to be cooked or whatnot. And he might even put some stuff on her. Hey, the fact that you're not working, I want you to be working out each and every day, taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that most women are really ready for something like that?
Well, like you said, it's gonna be hard.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely going to be hard. Um,
Why is that? Why did you say it's gonna be hard?
well, I was actually thinking about, like, why is it hard to, as I was saying, I was like, well, as you were speaking on it too, I was like thinking, why is it so hard? And as of right now, only thing I could come up with is, if you've been in a place or it's been some type of way for a while, typically sometimes it's a little bit difficult to break that habit. And even with learning a new skill, or if it's something that you do want to do, you just have to be consistent with it. They say what it takes, is it 2 weeks, 30 days or something like that, to develop a new habit, new skill anyway.
I thought it was like 90 days. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah. So, I mean, just off of that, it's going to take some time. And it's one of those things that you would definitely have to remind yourself why you're doing it. Like, remind yourself this is to benefit us, not just me, not just him. Yeah, just because especially like I was saying, if they've been in their quote unquote masculine energy for XYZ amount of years, and now you're with a masculine guy that's emotionally intelligent, taking care of everything, it's unfamiliar to you. You don't really know how to be in your femininity. So it's going to be, I feel like, just because it's like learning something new. Like it's just going to be a little bit difficult, but with practice, with practice, um, reminder yourself why you're with this person, why you want to be, this feminine person and stuff like that. It's just it's going to take time. Like, yeah, so it's it's going to be a little bit difficult.
All right, I'm gonna ask Cole. Cole, do you think, again, based on what I just said, that most women are going to be able to make, or are they going to make that necessary adjustment with switching the role from a man being, well, from them being, responsible and in charge of paying all the bills and everything like that, to going to basically getting everything that they say that they want, a guy that's paying for everything, which means she's coming to stay with him. He's in charge of the bills. So this man literally has control. Do you think that a lot of women are willing to give up that control? Honestly,
I think it depends on the woman that you're dealing with.
do you think that most
Some women
independent
that swear up.
women, I think your what's the
Down.
name went out. Your what's the name went out. If you wanted to start over, my bad. I think your mic went out for a second. Uh-oh. Kobe's mic went out, y'all.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
Uh,
that's good.
okay, my bad. So I was just saying, like, it depends on the woman that you're dealing with, because sometimes you are dealing in situations where you have that woman that swears up and down that she wants to be taken care of, where she don't got to do nothing. He pays all the bills. He takes care of her what's they call it? Not allowance, amenities, hair, nails, and whatever the case may be, to her liking, that she does on a consistent basis or whatever. But when that is being offered to you, in some case, sometimes you are in a position where you like, dang, I've been asking for all this, and every man I came across wouldn't give it to me. So now I get to get it. So I don't know if I really want this.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to strip. I'm gonna try to strip this thing down to the bone. All right, we got a young lady right now, right? Let's just say, for instance, she got rent right now. That's about $2,200. She has a car payment that's about $300. So we have what, about $2,500. She has other expenses that add up to roughly, let's just say,
I'll say 500.
yeah. So she's making roughly around about, let's just say, $3,200 a month. Her expenses and everything is adding up to like 2,900, 3,000, right? But she has freedom. She can do whatever it is she want to do. It's her house. I mean, her place or whatever. She can come and go as she please, blah, 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 blah. Then comes along a guy, right? Take it or leave it. Ain't no in between. What you can do is you can give up everything, right? All of that, your place, um, that car, because we're gonna get you a new car. So you'll get a brand new car, and you're coming to stay with me, meaning you're not gonna have any bills or anything. Everything's gonna be completely taken care of, right? Completely. You ain't got to worry about anything you want. Hair, nails, blah. I don't care. I can afford it. Anything that you need, that's chump change. I'm gonna take care of that. But with that, you're going to be required to work out. You're going to be required to clean. You're going to be required to cook. You're going to be required to, you know, uh, what is it called? Some succulent 3,000 or whatever, whenever I need it. Anytime I need it.
6,000.
All right. Anything I need, right? But it's a take it or leave it situation. If you want a man that's going to provide, that's going to protect, that's going to do all of those things, that's going to cherish you, blah, blah, blah. You getting all of that. You're getting everything that you say that you wanted in a man. And everything. I'm talking about this guy got all his ish together. You know what I'm saying? Chiseled. He works out. He takes care of himself. Blah blah blah. Everything. Do you think that most women would give up their independence and take that guy up on his offer? I'm talking about just like that. They've
No.
been talking for a while. This ain't like none of that crazy. Like they don't went on dates or whatever. They cool. Blah 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 blah. And one day he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take care of all of that." But it's like this. It's an ultimatum. Damn it, call it what it is. Either you can take me up on this offer, or I'm out. Ain't no dating. Ain't no continue to live how we live or whatever. No. Either you take this, you come stay with me. I take care of you. We good. Or you can go about your damn business and go date one of these F boys.
No, I don't think they'd be willing to give that up.
Okay, Tina.
I actually agree with him. Like, I actually agree with him. I don't think I don't think most women would. For one, are they even trying to be this soft feminine woman without the man anyway? Like, are they even doing the work on their own in the first place? I feel like if you're doing the work on your own, then yeah, there's a possibility they'll take the offer. Because they're already in the process of, take care of themselves, work, cleaning, and all that other stuff for a masculine man to just basically lead. They're already in that line. They're already lining up to be in that type of environment. So if she's not already moving in that manner, and you do still see that majority of it's what you see on the internet, you kind of give that excuse me, like you feel like that's what majority of women are. Like, they're not moving in a way that they will take that man's ultimatum. Like, they'll probably come back with a, well, why I can't do this and that and da 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 da. Like, so I don't think majority of women will pick that option.
That's crazy, man. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I do agree with y'all. I do agree. I think if you paint that good picture and they know that this guy might be a good guy, I don't think that most of them are willing to sacrifice that independence for that dude or any damn body. You can be the doggone the savior and still I don't give a damn who you is. I still want my doggone own place or whatever. It's unfortunate. But did anybody got anything else they wanna add to this before we go on? Because I wanna flip the script real quick.
Yeah, real quick, man. I think, in my opinion, like these modern women, some of them, I don't know about all of them. I'll say a good portion of them will not be able or won't accept the fact that they're gonna have to give up what their life that they had to gain this. But if we're talking, in my opinion, if we're talking about women overseas in foreign countries, I think if we're talking on that spectrum, I feel like they will give that up. And I think, in my opinion, heard they've.
Oh, I think what's the name went out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. They said, like, women in foreign countries, they live on, like, catering to their man, dedicated to their man. If that man said that, hey, you're gonna stay home I'm gonna take care of you. There's no hesitation. They'll stay home and make sure everything's clean. They try to make sure that he's taken care of at all costs. It happens.
Yeah, I agree. So you had anything else you wanted to add to this real quick?
I think what Kobe said, like it's just I don't want to. Well, I don't want to say it's probably just a cultural thing too, but it could. But yeah, I don't really do my research too much too often. But I just feel like in in the States, I guess you could say in the States in America, like it's not too often where it's teach, like it's not too often where it's shown, it's not too often where it's displayed what that looks like what does actual masculine male's role, what's a feminist female's role, what that is. And you just have a lot of either misguided or malicious people that's just throwing this scenario out that like how we like how we seen about the feminism and just I don't need a man type of stuff. Like they're just pushing this agenda to where they don't even want us to be feminine women. They want us to be masculine women. They want us to be broken homes and stuff like that. They don't want to instill unity. They don't want to instill building. They don't want to instill respect. They just want like I was almost saying, let me stop. But anyway, but just pushing self-destruct, like just pushing harm to each other. Like it just seemed another tool to destroy human beings, like the human nature and stuff like that. It's not really any it's not really any positivity, it's not really any unity, it's not really any like building. It's just about destroying. Like it just doesn't seem like in America, like it's not really pushed to respect the head of household. It's not really pushed to respect, the man. Like it's not really taught that. It's always like been to take care of
Remove the
yourself.
fathers out of the household.
Yeah, like it's just it's unfortunate that it just seems to be that way. And yet, you have other cultures, other countries that, they call them third world countries and stuff like that. And their government may, like their government and stuff may actually be struggling, but they have a sound household. Like it just seemed kind of like their riches is the family, which I wish it was like that over here versus their riches being materialistic.
So I got a question, right? Say for instance, right, the people that grew up in poverty, we had a lot of crooked cops and a lot of crooked people that wanted to see us do bad, like sit there, fight each other. Uh, I'm trying to figure out the best way to phrase this, but off each other,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like growing up, that's what you seen. Like you seen people out there doing drugs, smoking, drinking, popping pills, putting needles and stuff in their arm. And yet and still, even though all of that stuff was going on around us, I'm thinking like at what age do you understand that, hey, I don't want to be a part of that? I mean, I can't speak for everybody else, but at a very young age, 8, 9, 10, I was like, yo, those people are doing something that's detrimental to themselves. They're on the way to self-destruction. And so I'm saying to our culture, people in the States, we know and we understand that this is a lose-lose how we are moving. And I know as much as we want to give, people in the States passes, but we understand right from wrong. We understand winning versus losing. Is this a losing society if I follow these degenerates, or if I wanted to move, I mean, if I wanted to win, then I should be following this. And so, even though it's not being pushed, because again, where I grew up, being the cornball, what they would call you, being the lame, what they would call you, if you're not out here smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, drinking, you are a lame. But you still have a decision to make. Either I can do what? I can follow behind the rest of the crowd that are walking off that cliff, or I can be different. Now, again, this, what I'm speaking about, the guy that refuses to smoke and drink, and like when I tell you everybody around me did those things, everybody, like I could not think of one person that did not smoke or drink or drink. So I didn't even see this growing up, but I know like, yo, bro, this is bad. Like this is something that I don't want. I don't like smoke. I don't like drinking. I don't like any of these things. I'm not about to put any of that stuff in my body because I don't know, something about it just isn't right. It just don't sit right with me. It's just wrong. And so I'm tossing it back over to the people in the States. Like, even though those cultures over there, again, they might be displaying us a little bit more, we have all the information that we need in the palm of our hands. And you have kids that are 5 and 6 years old now that if they want to look up something, they can go on YouTube and find it. So why in the world should we give people a pass that's grown adults that know better? Because let's keep it a band. We know better. We've heard, you know what I mean, how other cultures have been growing up and all this other stuff. And if we wanted to look up the proper way to behave, the proper way to go about doing things, all we got to do is pull out that cell phone, pull out that tablet, and easily find us information and start moving in a better light instead of either running in the Victim Olympics or following behind the blind, following the blind.
I wasn't saying that it's not a way to do so. I was just saying that I feel like it's pushed more, like you visually see it more of destruction versus the solution. Like even us now, like how we're talking, we've kind of had brought the foreign countries, mentioning that foreign countries push that the man husband in the household more than it has been pushed in the States. Not saying that we don't know how to get to that point. I was just saying, like, I just feel like it's pushed more to where it's broken homes and stuff. Like, you don't really see it a whole lot, and it's not mentioned a whole lot. Even though, like you said, there's like we know, but it's just pushed more.
I feel you. I'm just I think what I'm trying to figure out, because we all are faced with choices. That's pretty what I was trying to get. We all are faced with choices in our life where we can go down the right path or we can take the wrong path. And most of us are grown adults when we make, again, life decisions. We know right from wrong. And regardless of it's been pushed or not, most people, even though they know better, still choose the wrong thing even if it was pushed, because at the end of the day, you got to make the decision. Even if you were raised, like they always say, you raise up a child. I don't know, somebody might have to help me. You raise up the child basically in the correct way. They'll always come back to, whatever foundation they've been raised or whatever. Like if they've been raised, you raise a good kid, they might go off to the left, they might do something bad here and there or whatever, but they always are going to come back, back to their foundation, back to their roots. But what I'm saying is, like, people are like grown adults. And most of the time when they're making these decisions, these questionable decisions, regardless if it's been pushed in their household or not, they make these decisions. And oftentimes they make excuses as to why, they made this excuse. Well, my parents could have did a better job. Or it wasn't pushed like that. Maybe I didn't see this growing up. But we have people out here every day that weren't raised in a two-parent household, but that's what they're actively living. Haven't had any children out of wedlock or anything like that. But again, you have those people out there that just say, yeah, you know what? I'm good on that. I actually got to experience this thing firsthand, and that's not for me. I don't want to do that.
I can agree with what you're saying. I think that a lot of things get pushed, excuse me, based on I feel like things get pushed with children nowadays based on them being a product of their environment, if you get what I mean.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So like if you see your parents, like if you see yourself growing up in a two-parent household, sometimes it don't have to be pushed. It's just based on what you've seen. And sometimes if they see their parents in a two-parent household loving on each other and enjoying each other, sometimes a child sees that's what they want. And if you see a child that grew up in a single parent household where there's chaos, and they see multiple people walking out of a house based on whether they're with their mother or their father, they're gonna assume to themselves like, oh, so the life is all about, having multiple partners and doing this, smoking, drinking, whatever the case may be. And in some cases, you get in situations where you, like you said, you deal with a two-parent household, and you're doing everything, and everything's being seen. And that child might see that as being boring, and they get around somebody that see where the life they like, I like it a lot better than what this is. So I'm gonna choose to go this way instead of going that way. In some cases, when that happens, like you said, sometimes when they exceeded all the options they had on that side, that's when they want to retract back and go back to that side where they, like you said, the morals, the roots that they grew up from, where that foundation was laid for them, and that's when they try to make them changes. And sometimes things, I feel like in certain situations, things are not meant to happen immediately. Sometimes it's just like when you go to college. Like you can go to college and say, I want to be a sociologist, and then you be like, nah, I think I want to become a doctor. Nah, I think I want to become an engineer. Nah, I think I want to do this. You got it. I feel like stuff is never figured out when it comes to stuff like that, when it comes to stuff being pushed, because I maybe you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I think people don't really figure out what they really, really, really want till they get to their 30s, mid 30s, early or mid 30s.
So I think first of all, it's an awesome question, man. I think that definitely want to give a shout out to some of my mentors and stuff for this, and also my dad. It's important that you allow people or even your children to fail in controlled environments. And so I can break that down for people that that maybe want to know what that is. So say for instance, I'm going to allow my child to fall, to stumble, to hurt themselves, but not to the point where you know they just out here breaking legs and stuff like that. Like I'm going to allow them to fall and scrape their knee. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to have a conversation with them and explain to them why this happened and how this can be avoided, right? And the next time, I'm not going to say anything. You know what I mean? Maybe the first time I told them or whatever, hey, don't run, you can fall, whatever, hurt yourself, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to have that conversation with them. And what this is going to do is going to help out with accountability, because I'm going to explain so you the reason why this happened is because you didn't listen. All right. So I need for you to take accountability for your actions. And moving forward, you want to make sure, if you're going past this, I don't know, past this tree or whatever, walk or whatever. Or if you're around the pool, you need to walk. Because if you jog or you run, you're going to risk slipping, busting your knee or getting scraped up or whatever. And so this is also going to give them a sense of awareness. And when you have a heightened sense of awareness when you are young, that thing is going to be ridiculous when you get older. And so when it comes to certain situations, being in certain environments, being around certain people, you're going to catch on a lot faster than other people. When it comes to figuring out what it is that you want in life, it's going to become crystal clear a lot faster versus a person that didn't grow up, around maybe that type of parent or that type of environment where they allowed them to fail in that controlled environment. That's why you have a lot people that are a lot younger now that are figuring out what their purpose is and what they want in life, because they have those people around them that have allowed that. They have helped them get a sense of awareness and a sense of understanding at a very young age. Because if we take this thing back years and years, most people didn't figure out what their purpose was until like their late 40s, early 50s. That's why you have a lot of guys and a lot of men out there that don't hit their financial stride until it's later on in life. And then you have it's a lot more now, a lot of younger guys that are hitting that financial stride and they're doing the things that they absolutely love and they can't get enough of it at a young age because they failed in those controlled environments.
I'm gonna speak on this because you said something that I know we talked about this beforehand. When you say like parents allow their kids to make mistakes, but not to the extent where it can do bodily harm to them or put them behind bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I believe that this day and age, I feel like these are trying to put the blame on. And in some cases, it can be 100% true.
Hey, Kobe, can you say that again? I think your camera had went out.
Like,
I mean,
you trying to
your
put
mic
the
went
blame
out.
on your parents of how. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah. We can hear you crystal clear now.
Oh, sorry. I think this generation of kids are trying to put the blame on their parents based on how they act and why they're the way they are. I feel like that is wrong, because your parent can do whatever they can to make sure you have the best life and you make the best decisions. At the end of the day, if you go out and rob somebody, your parents not going to jail. You are. So you have to understand is that you gotta stop looking at your parent as the problem, when you have to look at yourself and say, I'm the problem. Because at the end of the day, when you walk out that door, you the one that has to make a decision about how you. Because if every kid out here want to sit here and blame everybody for how they are based on what their parent has done or used to do, it's an excuse. It's the most dumbest excuse I heard, because I've heard it so many times from stories that I heard, and I tell them all the time, like, it's not your fault that your child made that decision. If your child made that decision, let them deal with it, because at this point you can't get them out of it.
Brother, you cooking, brother. Hey. I'm
Same
I'm
thing when
with
it comes to
that.
school. When your kid acts up in school, you want to put the blame on the teacher. No, it's your kid. And then you want to sit up and try to fight a teacher. Why? Because your teacher's spitting facts. You want to be in denial about what your child's doing and how they are, or that's saying that you have no type of control over your child, what he does inside your household. So if you can't control it here, it's most definitely sure you can't control it outside. You got to think about that. Nobody's gonna be the best parent in the world. There's no book to it, and there's nothing to that knowledge where it tells you how to raise a kid. All you can do is what you can do, and when they get of age, they take it from there.
Hey, hey, brother. Yeah, you definitely spitting facts, man. Definitely
Sorry, I went on a rant.
spitting facts like that. Ain't nothing wrong with it, and I agree, man. Like, listen, I mean, no disrespect. I understand people got to make their bread, but them parenting books and all the rest of that other BS, man. Man, that stuff be crazy. I actually picked up one of those books one time, and I was just like, "Yo, bro, this is insane." What I would encourage people to do and to understand is, you know what's right and you know what's wrong, right? You know what you learned growing up. Well, growing up, you know what you didn't like, right? You know and you understand that children's brains are like a sponge. They soak everything up. They hold things in. It's I'm not gonna say it's hard for them to forget things, because I think that, if you mess up or whatever, again, we're all learning. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if this is your first rodeo or your 22nd rodeo. Every child is going to be different. Every experience, everything that you do is going to be completely different. I don't care. Same mom, same dad. They can be damn twins, triplets, quadruplets. It don't even matter. All of them are going to be different. They're going to learn different. They're going to move different, and you are going to have to parent them a little bit differently because of how they process information and different things like that. So again, going back to what you were saying is, I know that growing up, you know what I mean, just say for me, I'm just throwing something out there, that I didn't like it when my dad raised his voice at me. Like, that really did something. I would appreciate if he spoke and he talked to me in a nice, calm tone, because there's a way for you to be able to get your point across without you having to raise your voice. Okay, cool. I know that, growing up, I didn't like when my mom spanked me. You know what I mean? I feel like, there are other things or other ways she could have went about doing this, like things like leading up to or whatever. And again, as a adult, I'm not even gonna say as a parent. Let's just take, as an adult, everything is gonna be trial and error. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna try and see if this works. We're gonna take some stuff out. We're gonna, come back to the drawing board and just try to do our best. Nobody is ever gonna knock you for trying. Again, when we start talking about love, you know what I mean? Whether it's to a child, whether it's to somebody else or whatever, effort. Put forth that doggone effort. Try to figure out what works, what doesn't work. What type of response did I get when I did this? If that is not working, let me try something else. I'm putting forth effort each and every day to try to hopefully get the best outcomes that I can when it comes to raising this child or these children. Now, you do have children out there, them doggone, listen, them, what is it, Menendez brother, whatever. No, let me stop. No, you do have children out there that, like Kobe said, you can do your absolute best with trying to raise this child as best as you can, and you did everything that you possibly could. You were patient, you were kind, you spoke to them, as a human being, you know what I mean? And all of these things, and they still went out here and did something crazy. You, as a parent, need to know and understand when it's time for you to take your hand off of that child. And I'm talking about 18, you know what I mean? Once they get of age or whatnot. But while they're up under your house, they're up under your rules, you are still, trying to parent and whatnot. But once they get out there on their own, at whatever age, yeah, that's still your child. But you need to understand that you don't necessarily have to bear the responsibilities of whatever they get themselves into. Listen, I did and I tried my best. I'm talking about day, night, week. Like, I literally tried my best. I worked my hardest, and I just got to take my hands off it. I love you, willing to do anything for you. But again, man, I got to make sure that I keep my sanity. If you're going to continue to get yourself in these situations, knowing that I put you and I allowed you to fail in these control environments, you still chose to, go left, then respectfully, I got to take my hand off you, man. I feel you, man. I don't like those children or those kids or those grown adults that sit back and try to blame their parents, even though their parents did their absolute best when it came to raising them. I got an issue with them mofos.
Hey, let me ask you this question, bro. And Tina, you can answer this question too. How do you feel with the term of what people are using nowadays as soft parenting? What is your opinion on it? Because a lot of people nowadays saying you can't discipline your children like you used to. You can't whoop them at that gonna call for child protective service to get involved. I was like, well, parents whooping kids in school in the 90s and the 2000s, and nobody called them at that point. So now it has to get to this point, and I think that's why certain
Kobe, I think you went out again. Good grief.
hey, only doing this because if I put my hands on my child, they can call child protective services.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna let Tina go. And speak about if you want to chime in on anything that has been said or the soft parenting. Feel free. I'm because I definitely want to get my spiel on because I actually heard about that soft parenting stuff.
Well, um, I kind of been in and out on some of the conversation earlier. So I would have loved to be able to comment on that, but y'all, it sounded like y'all was really into it, so I didn't want to interrupt.
You good? Just speak on whatever you listening. You good?
So about the soft parenting, I think kind of like what y'all was saying too, like it just depends on it depends on the child. Like I feel like there's some children that you can quote unquote soft parent, and some children you might have to, not beat them, but just put the belt down on them a little bit, just to get them to listen and learn. But I think, and then I think it like there's a difference in how people learn. There's a difference in how some kids can be raised. Like sometimes, it can help, or it works for this child to be quote unquote a soft parent, and then sometimes there's a child that may need the stern parent, the parent that don't play no game. So I feel like it kind of depends on, like, knowing your child and how what it takes to raise them.
Yeah, I think that everything is always going to be a balance. I think that almost. I think because oftentimes we hear this thing where the dad is supposed to be the disciplinary and the mom is supposed to be the nurturing, caring, and all those things. I think that it should be balanced from both parents, not just one. And again, we're gonna just take it back to me. I look at everybody the exact same. You know what I mean? I did speak about it's going to require, different tactics or whatever, but I still honestly put everybody in the same boat when it comes to consequences. Everybody's on the same scale. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, say for instance you mess up. We're gonna have a conversation. All right. That's everybody. I don't care who you are. All right, we're gonna have a conversation about a warning. The second time, depending on how severe it is, and if it happened right after, it could be, either we're gonna have another conversation and it's gonna be a little bit more stern, or it might lead to, you know, somebody might have to get their little butt popped. You know what I mean? Again, it depends on how soon it happened. It depends on how severe. You know what I mean? Whatever we, had a discussion or whatever the case may be or whatnot. And then, most of the time, even regardless of if it's a popping or not, I'm having a conversation after the fact. One thing about me is I'm not just gonna do something just because. I want to make sure we have a conversation so you understand the only reason why I did this is because you did that. If you had not did that, listen, we would have been good, man. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those type of people, even though, a lot of people say I have a lot of power. I have a lot of authority, whether it be in my voice, whether it be, on my presence or whatever. I'm still not going to use that I don't want to make it seem like I'm a bully. Because growing up, I know and I understand. Again, when we talk about controlled environments, allowing them feel in controlled environments, seeing different things growing up, knowing and understand that I never want to be that person. I was actually the guy that used to go around and fight bullies. I had a group of guys that looked up to me and walked behind me. Like, as long as we with KD, we good. And I literally used to seek out people that used to bully. So I would never want to be that person. That's why I always try to make sure that I got some level of balance when I'm doing any and everything, especially when it comes to, me kind of like pushing my authority on somebody else. If that makes sense. Everything that I do is a little bit like it's strategic, it's planned, and it comes from years and years and years of practice. I don't think that people just automatically just give me the respect that I feel like I deserve. I think that people respect me because of how I move and how I treat everybody. It's not just one person, because I treat everybody the exact same way. Nobody gets, what I mean, a pass. Nobody gets any special treatment. And you can ask my mom, you can ask my dad, my sister, my brother, my aunt, whoever. This guy has been the same. He is the same way when it comes to everybody. If I told you, what I mean, don't put your hands on me. I don't care who's standing in front. Don't put your hands on me. That's brother. That's stranger. If I told you, listen, the next thing that's I'm gonna protect myself. That's all I'm gonna say. The next time, the next thing that come from me, it ain't gonna be words, my friend. It's gonna be something else. So just know this is not anything that I'm doing just, because I don't like you, because you irritate me or whatever. No, I'm going to give you the exact same respect that I give everybody. And I think people, I don't know why, but I think people, honestly, they can feel that and they can respect that. And they respect me because of that. And again, I don't know why that is. A lot of people say, you lucky, whatever. Like, no, fam, that's just what I put out into the world. It's always what I always get back. Always.
Yeah, because I think because I'm gonna say this, and I'm just being just frank, like frank, like parents don't. When it comes to your children, every child is different. Child, both yes, because they have two different personalities and things and stuff like that. But like I said, what you do for one, you may not have to do to the other. Like what you do for one, like the way that you have to be, like you had that, like, you know how people say, like, you may have to be stern with that one. The other one just might need just a little conversation, but that one might need a conversation, another conversation, and then, oh, all right, we gotta go to work now. Like, now you crossing the line, and like you said, it sometimes you have to figure it out. Just like Tina said, sometimes you got to figure that out when it comes to your children, and and man, I promise you, these parents, that man, now I'm not gonna say these parents, our parents, for us, our parents, I guarantee you, any of that stuff that some of these kids try to do nowadays, they will not put up with that.
Heck no.
And
Absolutely.
y'all know they don't put up with that whatsoever.
Absolutely not. No question. No question. You would not be able to sit your butt down, dog. That disrespect stuff that I see, nah, that ain't flying, fam. For real. That ain't flying. And I also want to say this, like when it comes to soft parenting, again, I know a lot of people are not going, but I will discipline them all the same. Again, that very first time is always going to be a talk. We're going to have a conversation. After that, again, depending on how severe it is, or if it happened like right after, you either gonna have a pot. If it happened right after, yeah, that's automatic. Like you trying to be funny. But if it happened like a week or two or something like that, maybe you forgot. Okay, we can have this conversation. We can revisit, have this conversation. It's gonna probably be a little bit more stern this time. And I'm also letting them know, hey, if you mess up, you know what's after this, right? So they already understand. We're having this conversation, but the way that I treat, or the way that I speak, the way that I treat, the way that I talk to one, I'm gonna pretty much, that's how everybody get it. I know it sound crazy, it sound weird, but say for instance, if that child is watching you, the other child is watching you being a little bit softer or a little bit more nice to that other child, they gonna feel some type of way about that. Like, I wish I would have got. I mean, dang, you know what I mean? So my tone, how I speak to them, is in a very neutral, calm tone when I'm having a conversation. Again, I'm not talking at you. I'm not talking down to you. I literally get, like, we'll have like a face-to-face talk, depending on how tall they is or whatever. If I need to get down to your level, I want you to understand, because I don't want you to feel like I'm talking down to you. I'm talking to you like a person. And when you get down and you have those type of face-to-face conversations with your children or anybody, it's a certain level of respect that they give you in return because of that. I'm not talking down to you. I'm not talking at you. I'm talking to you. I want you to understand that I want to see you do, but I know you can. I'm telling you, get a completely different response, not just from children, but from people. What you put out into the world is what you always gonna get back. I don't care how you want to look at it. It's just like that.
What about okay, let's give you a scenario there. What
Talk
if
to
you're
me, brother.
dealing what if you're dealing what if like let's be honest, what if you're dealing with that child that constantly gets in trouble all the time, every day, consistently? How would you look at that situation, like, as in, like, all right, like, all right, now I have to be on top of this child, or like, what you gonna be thinking?
Okay, so again, I would approach it the exact same way that I would approach it, you know what I mean, to begin with. The very first time they do anything, I'm going to have a conversation with them. I'm going to speak directly to them. The next time, it might be a popping. The next time, if it continues to happen, then I know one thing. What we are currently doing is not working. So we're going to have to adjust. We're going to have to make, maneuver, try some different things or whatnot. If the popping ain't working, I know that this kid absolutely loves that damn tablet. When they get home from school or whatever, all right. So that's going to be a privilege that you're going to have to work up to, right? And you are rewarded when you are being good. Man, listen, bro. Listen. Hey, I need to write a doggone book. The way that the way that people work is, the more you reward them for being good, that's going to encourage them to continue to do great things. It's something that I honestly learned while I was locked up, right? the inmates or the people that were behaving, they were rewarded. And the people that continue to get in trouble, get thrown in a hole or whatever, they continue to misbehave. And I think that, again, if you were to set things in place, right? And I understand. Listen, when you get locked up, people are not. They don't give a damn. I'm not here to babysit you. You know, if you f up, we're gonna throw you. But I guarantee you, if you would have did similar things with those people, those kids, those adults, or whatever, every time that you do something good, you're gonna be rewarded for that. And I'm going to tell you, hey, I'm proud of you, man. You've came a long way. Like, you're no longer being disrespectful. I love that about. Keep doing the good work, man. I appreciate that. Like, little things like that, those little affirmations, those things stick with children. I'm telling you, it stick with adults as well. But it works. It works. Anything? Anybody got anything else?
I 100% agree. I just want to hear what you guys say. I 100% agree.
Tina, what would you, or do you have anything that you want to add to that or whatnot?
No, I definitely can second or third. Wow, I third. What you definitely have been saying, like, even though, it could be, it could still fit certain criteria in certain situations, but I think you mentioned if one child does see that you being a little bit more on the soft parenting type to the other, it may actually backfire and stuff stuff to where they get more rebellious and things like that. That can actually happen as well. I want to say, no, I didn't see anything, but yeah, I mean, just a sense of equality when it comes to like just raising people, not raising people, raising people. Excuse me.
Oh, you said raising folk. Good. Raising people is crazy.
Well, I mean, it could still be in that way, because if I was to put, like some of these younger parents, like they still have some growing up to do too.
I mean, honestly, like I was laughing at it, but that was kind of like the point that I was somewhat making as well, because the same thing that I was speaking about, how you do one thing in front of one kid and the other kid basically seems like, I'm not gonna say rewarded or whatnot, but if they see somebody being treated different, they might feel some type of way. So those same convicts or whatever that were getting in trouble, again, they could be rebelling, like, oh, something they missed a goody two shoes or whatnot, what have you. Again, I think that this thing could work across the board easily, because I think that adults are still children at heart. I don't care what you say. Everybody like to have fun. Everybody like to play. Everybody like to be in their element. I think a lot of people get out of that because once you get out of school, you start working. You got bills and stuff like that. It get a little stressful. But people love being in environments where they can be themselves, they can have fun, and they can pretty much just cut loose. And again, be a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that would be the reward part.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Factual. You can go ahead and bring up the sponsors of the day real quick before we get up out of here. I just wanted to take some time real quick, man, to tell everybody thank you guys so much, man, for another blessed freaking year. Like I really do think that next year is gonna be phenomenal, man. Next year, because I think this year was a year of me really learning and understanding the algorithm, the audience, and stuff like that. And we're gonna take everything that that I have learned along the way and start to apply that with everything that we do. And so I didn't want to do that at the end of the year. You know what I mean? Like I want to start fresh. And I'm honestly looking forward to this YouTube channel, this the Truth Podcast being monetized as of next year. Like we're gonna be really pouring into this thing, man. Wrapping up the Creed workout in about 4 days, 3 or 4 days. We'll be doing before and that. Well, we already did the before. Y'all will be able to see the before and after on Katie the Great YouTube channel. We'll be starting the $20,000 challenge on January the 1st, 2025. I'm going to show you guys how to earn $20,000 in 100 days. Yes, it is possible. No, you don't have to do anything crazy, no day trading and all that other stuff. You know, you don't technically have to have $1 to start. If not, it ain't got nothing to do with investing or, betting or, or anything crazy like that. But yeah, day one will be January 1st. The last day is like April the 11th, I believe. Yeah, 20K in 100 days, man. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to another blessed year. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate Cole. Appreciate Tina. I appreciate y'all, man, for being a part of this journey. And again, man, I'm just looking forward to another blessed year of doing better, being better, and seeing everybody accomplish any and every goal that they have set for themselves for next year. Y'all got anything y'all wanted to add before we get up out of here?
Uh, should anybody go after that? No, but
My bad.
Man, I almost got to say I appreciate Katie for bringing me on the podcast. It's been a quite of an experience for somebody like myself that's not really I'm usually opinionated behind closed doors when we're talking about stuff like this, but to have a platform like this to express my opinion and being able to engage with all the subscribers that tune into each podcast, I do appreciate that. And this is just the next step. And like I said, 2025 is going to be incredible, not just for the podcast, but for everyone that's chimes in on the podcast whenever they can. So like I'm thankful for it. We got a lot more to come.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, bro.
yeah, so I just want to thank and appreciate Katie as well, for bringing me on. And thanks to, the subscribers and listeners, watchers, people that join us every week or whenever they can. The folks that watch it a little bit later and comment on, and all the people on, other platforms that you have this on, YouTube and Apple and TikTok and wherever else we are. We just, looking to expand. Like they said, there's more to come. We always aiming to grow and progress every day. Shoot, I should have went first. No. Oh man, no, but has been definitely a very I'd say an interesting experience. I don't know if I started with season 2? Season 2?
Yeah, this is season 2.
Yeah, I don't know if I started right at the top of season 2, but just being on here for the time frame until now, and of course moving forward, being a part of hey, Katie's empire. Just in general, and just just the opportunities that I'm looking forward to, and just being able to bring in and show people what we're doing, and just excited about moving forward. So I appreciate everybody, friends, family, viewers, listeners, you know.
Yeah, man. Hey, again, man, I just want to come back in at the end, man. Listen, I absolutely love and I appreciate y'all viewpoints on everything, man. Like, y'all really do challenge me to kind of like think outside the box. And honestly, believe it or not, y'all have actually been helping me because your boy be going on the little wars and little rants and stuff on these different platforms. And, I really do take what you guys say into consideration. You know what I mean? And again, man, there is absolutely nothing like having people around you that don't mind holding you accountable. Again, I don't like living in the echo chamber, and I'm thankful and I'm blessed to have you guys be a part of the Truth Podcast, man. Y'all are honestly, in my opinion, the biggest part of the Truth Podcast, man. Like again, I appreciate y'all. And yeah, we just looking to run this thing up for 2025, man. I got some big things planned for us, for real.
What's up?
Bruh,
And
can't
just
wait.
And just like that, we will see y'all in 2025, baby. Peace.
Peace.
A huge shout out to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's podcast. All right, guys. So y'all know that I am extremely busy, always on the go. And Magic Mind is actually a company that has been getting a lot of buzz. I believe even Joe Rogan said something about it on his podcast.
A new one they sent me called Magic Mind, and it's nootropics along with lion's mane and a bunch of functional mushrooms, and I like that one too.
So the company Magic Mind actually reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's check them out. So I looked at a few of the reviews and everything online.
My first day on Magic Mind, I definitely noticed a big difference right off the bat. I noticed all the way throughout the day feeling much sharper, clear in the head, and ready to rock.
That's probably the most valuable thing. As a knowledge worker, as someone who's working in front of the computer all day, you need that time where you're focused. And Magic Mind is a thing that really seemed to work for me.
So between some of the reviews that I've seen online, which was actually all positive, a lot of positive reviews online from their website, and also seen a few different reviews on YouTube. And the story was actually pretty interesting. So about a decade ago, James was on a stretcher because James was running a company. So, with that, a lot of stress. He was drinking a lot of caffeine. And turns out his heart had been beating at 175 beats for the last 3 weeks. Didn't even know it. So he was basically diagnosed with a heart condition because of all of that stress and that caffeine. At the time, he didn't have any other solutions, so he actually came up with one. So a few years ago, James actually came up with Magic Mind. This is supposed to be a natural way to help you out with a lot of those things that we struggle with throughout the day. So when it comes to Magic Mind, it's supposed to have a lot of those natural ingredients. So it has a lot of things that's going to help with focus, things that's going to help with energy. And a lot of us honestly need that throughout the day. And you also use Magic Mind for less stress throughout the day. So after reading those reviews and hearing and listening to his story, I messaged Magic Mind back and I was like, you know what? Send me some over. I'm curious. They end up sending some stuff over and I tried it out for the first day. And this is how that went. All right, guys, the time now is about 5:53 p.m. I get up early in the morning, man, so I'm a little bit on the drain side. And I have a podcast that I'm going to be doing at 11 tonight. Now, I don't want to take any naps because I still have a lot of work that I need to get done. So what we're going to do is we are going to try Magic Mind for the first time, all right? So I don't know if you're supposed to shake these things, but I'm going to shake it up, and then we're gonna try it. First time trying Magic Mind, all right? I'm gonna give it a little bit of time for it to kick in before 11, so we'll see. Mm. Whew. Whew. Man, that's a strong taste. Good grief. Whoa. Okay. All right. To be honest with you, it was strong. Like while I was tasting, but I believe that's something that I can probably get used to. I believe that's something I can actually get used to. Man, I don't know if it was the taste or what, but I do feel a lot more alert. And I'm telling you, that thing will wake you up. The taste, it will wake you up. So for you to see all of the real benefits and stuff from Magic Mind, they recommend that you use it at least for 5 days before you really get a feel for how well that thing works. I haven't made it to that point just yet. I'm only a day in, but I will give you guys an update a little bit later on to let you know how this journey has been for me. But there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to go and check out Magic Mind. Once you guys do order, y'all please tap in, comment down, and let us know how Magic Mind worked for you. All right? Until the next time, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, butternup. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm trying to work, she hit my phone, she wanna. Whoa.